Yes, here we sit, the defeated. Smooth. Come on in, man. Let's talk some 49er football. Yeah. Texas boy, I see you've already dropped us in the garbage. It's cute. It's cute. I want to tell you, though, here's the thing. You're winning that game yesterday. I want to applaud you on that effort because you guys don't usually do that kind of thing, especially against a team with any kind of quality. So we moved up a draft spot. Due to that victory, I want to thank you. You see, Texas boy, even when you win, we still beat you. You know, and it doesn't matter. You're just not going to get ahead of the 49ers. And thank you for that draft pick because Lord knows you need it way more than we do. So take that and trash that. Niners tailspin continues. 49ers meltdown Monday time, fam. Dolphins eliminate San Francisco from the playoffs for the first time in a long time. 5 of 6 years, we've been right there, getting ready to kick some ass. It came up short, but we've been there for we've been there for the show each and every damn time. Don't hang your head, 49er fans, and don't let them little poop butt fans have been behind us down below the booty for God knows how long bother you, because they aren't worth it, man. They're just clowning because they got this little opportunity. Niners lost the Fins, put an exclamation point, though, on one of the worst seasons in a very good while, as I mentioned. What can be appreciated is the fact that there are only 2 games left, which is a relief. It's kind of like a mercy thing, you know. Thank you for hitting this season. My God, please. San Francisco hasn't lost 5 or 6 games since Shanahan's debut. I mean, we've just been that good. Well, I mean, do not feel ashamed about this. These guys have busted butt for how many years? Let them rest. And so and don't speculate. Don't estimate. Don't get into your feelings or alone with your emotions. Start saying things like, we're done forever. Rams fans already, bang, bang, Niner gang, you guys are finished. What the Rams fans don't realize is we seen them when they were injured. They didn't look all that good either, did they? It's just foolishness. Ignore it. Block it out. What is that? Somebody said something about what to do with your time these days. And I really enjoyed that. What was computer games? Wait. Video games, philosophy. Wait, I got to get that. I really enjoyed that when I read that. It says, that's brilliant. That's what to do. That's what to do. Where is that? Billy Lee. Hey, Billy. Video games, philosophy, religion. Take your brain off the 49ers until the draft and relax. He put down joke, all right. Billy, the only problem with that philosophy is this. We got 2 more games, and you know we're going to be emotionally invested in it. Even if I tried to sit back this past game and not get mad. I got mad 4 or 5 times. You just can't do it. We're married to these people, man. We can't do it. So, as I say, San Francisco has the lost 5. Oh, to the phones we're going to go tonight to talk about the game versus the Fins and do some venting. It always feels like that. That's why we got to come together with a group hug after these games regarding the 49ers 2024 season that cannot end soon enough. Because quite frankly, I want to get on with the next part of the season, which is the free agency. We're not going to be doing that. We're just going to go ahead and I'm sure we got our own free agents to sign, so I don't know what the 49ers are going to be shopping for. By the way, it was as bad as it appeared to be. Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, Jalen Moore, they're being shut down for the season, as if things weren't bad enough. Which leads me to the top quotes of the day. Kyle Shanahan. This is what he said in lieu of that. We got a football team. We've got to go out, and we've got 2 games here, and we've got to see what guys we can put out there, and whatever we do, we're doing it to put a game plan. We're going to put a game plan together, too, as best we can to give us a chance to win. Translation: I'm going to put these dudes out on the field. Some of the ones that have failed this year miserably. Kyle, suit Jake Moody up and put him in another position besides kicker. See if he can do anything. Kyle wants to see he's going to start his list right now of what people are leaving. I'm delighted I am delighted. Look, Kyle, man, because you're getting the blame for this, bro. Everything that goes wrong out there, they're targeting you. So if you got guys there that can't get the job, then you damn well better get rid of them. You better do it, man, because I seen it. I understand it. Some of them dudes you put out there are just knuckleheads. Can't get it done. Get him out of here. And Nick Bosa, quote, "It's happened way too many times this year, and when it rains, it pours. It's very frustrating all around offense, defense, special teams. We have that many penalties." It's kind of a harbinger of loss. Harbinger. It announces the next loss and the next, whatever bad's happening, it keeps repeating itself over. Oh, it sucks. Shanahan on this same ugly matter. That no matter what's going on, when you have those penalties like that, you don't deserve to win. Well, guy, you didn't. I mean, you guys were actually in that game for a few minutes, too. I was kind of impressed with the fact that you guys started out looking like you were serious. Debo came to play, and that in itself is a miracle for this year. Fam, the 49ers committed 11 penalties against the Fins. There were 2 illegal formation penalties called on rookie Ricky P. Ricky, man, don't you even go downtown in the offseason period. And if you do, dress like a homeless person, man. Stay out of it. Just stay out of harm's way. And Ricky did that on the same drive, one of which erased a 3rd down catch from Debo. And anything Debo does good, please don't make it come back. Oh, my God. That would have moved the ball to the Fins 2-yard line. We're going to score. Well, if we don't kick a field goal, we're going to score. The defense, bless their overworked, hard-working selves. But they contributed multiple 15-yard penalties on a day that were some of the penalties were avoidable. They were. That shot, I understand they're a little PO'd, but that shot down on the guy that was on the ground already, oh, man, get up off of him. What are you doing? 15 yards? Of course it's 15 yards. More Nick. It's very, very evident that the guys who want to be here are going to play really hard and continue to do that. I don't question anybody on this team, but we're definitely going to be a test in the next couple of weeks. See what I'm saying? This is what Kyle's saying. That's why this weekend ain't nobody sitting down. Oh, if you can play, you're coming out there. Tony! Can't make the show today, Ronbo, but ones need to say Drew Dahlman's shoulder. The 49ers prime free. It must be agent targeted to play center. Tony, I can't believe it. Is that a typo, Tony? I'm not reading that. Anyway, Tony's left a message here for us, and we got a problem with the offensive line. Tony, I'll see you midweek, okay? And any thoughts of playoffs is officially over, fam. We talked about this yesterday. Will any consideration be given to resting some of the banged up players for the final 2 games? And we know about the guys that are getting rested now, but they're leaving because they have to. I think Nick was asked if he might sit out, considering the fact that he has been dealing with hip oblique problems over the second half of the season. Nick's response was quick and emphatic. No, I'm good. The oblique's been brutal, but it's not something that is worrisome, so I'm going to go. Good to go. Nick just loves the game, man. I got to respect that. Nick, don't get seriously hurt. That's all we ask. I don't know how you can avoid that, but you could take it easy this week and next week as well. Jake Moody. When you say it in your own mind, Jake, when you repeat the word Jake Moody in your mind, doesn't it just enrage you? Add another missed field goal to his list of too many. Yesterday, one of our brethren ran the tally on the year for the number of points Jake has left on the field. 29 points. Jake. 29 points. And, fam, if Vegas were to put odds on or run a line on him reaching and clearing 30 points this year, how high would those odds be? I'd say tremendously. I mean, I'm talking. I'd put a C note on it. Oh yeah, and yes, as much as I feel, I defend Brock a lot. I really do. But that late game interception put a quick end to a potential game-winning drive. I don't know if he should have just let it throw it away. If you can't see your target, Brock, don't do it. All right, Brock, you're still. And I do hold you responsible for this, Kyle Shanahan. There's some adjustments he should have made by now that you probably should somehow emphasize, articulate it, or whatever you need to do toward him so he doesn't do things like that. He's still, for all intents and purposes, learning to be an NFL quarterback. But Brock, you and Jake can leave the room for a minute because the damn penalties stood out as you should help the Finns men the most. You know, you might even get away from Brock throwing that INT. You may even get away from Jake missing that field goal. But my God, the biggest thing was a lack of concentration out there. Shanahan jumped on that by saying that. He says, we should have had first and goal on the 2, no problem. And 3 plays before that, we have 2 guys line up on the ball. And then we overcame it with Debo's play there on the 3rd and 8. But we didn't because we had 2 guys off the ball. I mean, that was a big one. Then to miss the field goal after that, the defense 3 drives. Drives where you have a personal foul on all 3 of those drives. I think 2 of them ended up in points, but that was stuff that we can control. God, what do they do? It's the lack of focus. And remember, you probably knew the same thing. I said, you know what? If we don't have any motivation, if we don't have a playoff game, a number 1 seed to motivate you, you tend to drag ass and you do things like what we saw yesterday. I mean, Shanahan goes on to say, I didn't get to see them all, but you can't have 3 personal fouls on 3 drives in the second half and expect to win the damn game. He didn't say damn, but I did. And GK on the matter. I think our coaches have done a really good job. And this, by the way, remember, every time a player goes out there and screws up royally, nobody taught him that. His ass did that. GK says, I think our coaches have done a really good job of coaching us, and the penalties on offense and all the pre-snap penalties, it's just bad football. I don't put that on Coach Shanahan. I don't put that on the wide receivers coach, the line coach, tight ends coach. That's on us. George, you're damn right. Get it done. He said, we know the formations are. We have to go out there and execute. Amen. And we're talking about grown-ass men, fam. That's what I'm talking about. We're not talking Pop Warner football or anything else. These dudes most of them are over 21. What are you doing? How many years you been playing? And you need a coach out there to go hold your hand to get this done? If you can't do any better than that, get the bleep out. God. And especially if you do it over and over. Oh, Ricky, I ain't talking to you, man, because you know what? Because I think you could play, but good Lord, dude. The night is added to the injury list for the final 2 games. Man, I don't know. They expect us still to play and win regardless, so Brock Purdy thinks so. Brock says, I know that I'm capable of pulling through and winning these kinds of games regardless of who's out there. It's just in the moment I've got to just be better and take what the defense gives me. You know that, right? You do, don't you? Do it then, please, God. Continue to build guys up as we go. It hurts going through it kind of thing, but I still have all the faith in the world and what we can do moving forward and still have 2 games left to go. Showcase ourselves and who we are. See, that's, have some damn pride. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to go out there and just continually flub up. You could, let me stop and let you go on this because I'm getting hotter just talking to it by myself. Get freaking. Hey, Darius knows what I'm talking about. Darius, get in there, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
Darius, man, we're just sitting back here going through yesterday's, raking through the coals. There's still, embers are still glowing hot. So go ahead and continue from where you were yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, nothing yesterday that I didn't say yesterday. I don't feel like there's much else to say on that. I rewatched the Purdy interception, and I thought Jawan was running like a dig, like a deep dig or something like that. And all Purdy does is layer throws, and I think the first catch to Pearsall, he layered the throw, and
That was a nice throw
that's
too.
like what Purdy does. He just layers throws. He just you can't layer a throw when you're getting hit by a 300-pound lineman.
Damn right.
So it's not like, in the moment I saw him like, yo, what the fuck was that throw? There was no one in the area, but watch it again, and that's my thought on that. But I saw something. I saw like a highlight or something of Ayuk and CMC didn't even play together this entire year, and it was just like, bro, like I'm so hesitant to panic on Purdy and on the offense if our two best skill players weren't even playing, didn't even play this year. Like, I'm really like, you can say like, the Purdy contract is daunting. You're not going to pay a guy who hasn't played great this year without his weapons, $60 million. But dude, those weapons are staying here for the next 3 to 4 years, So it's not like we've seen him play well with these weapons. With these weapons, he was on track. He had like the highest passer rating of any quarterback in NFL history. All he would do is, his EPA was this and all. I mean, I really don't need to get into it. Like, we know what he was when those two guys were out there, and when you don't have two guys that can, beat man coverage, that can create double teams, that as good as Jordan Mason was, no one is as scared as Jordan Mason as you are as Christian McCaffrey. And that's just a fact. Like, Jordan Mason does not instill fear. Christian McCaffrey put up 1,400 yards and 1,400 yards receiving with Carolina, with Kyle Allen as his quarterback. I promise you, Christian McCaffrey scares the shit out of defenses. Then you have Ayuk, who beats man coverage like it's nobody's business. When you don't have those guys out there, obviously you're going to struggle when you have no other man beaters and when your run game is inconsistent. So that's just like that. I don't like run defense needs to get better. Pass protection needs to get better. Other than that, I'm really not like, there's really nothing else for me to say, all the people who, and I'll be honest. When Purdy came in the 2023 offseason, going into his second year, I was not some guy who was, head over heels over Purdy, right? Like, I still thought, Trey Lance might be better than Purdy. We haven't even seen Trey Lance play and all this and all that. I thought Purdy had a limited arm strength. I thought Purdy. I didn't think Purdy was mobile, but he proved me wrong. I just thought Trey Lance was better, and he proved me wrong. So I'm not going to go sit here and look at this down year in which, in my opinion, I think this is his floor. Like, everything that went wrong, that could have went wrong this year. There's not going to be a time in his career where he has this bad of an O-line in combination with this bad of a receiving room. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, you can say, like, oh, yeah, when he gets paid, those guys aren't going to be there. Yeah, those guys aren't going to be there, but Ayuk's still going to be there for 4 more years. C-Mac's going to be there for 3 more years. And even if they shift the offensive philosophy, they'll then focus into more of a pass-protecting offense. So they'll focus more on offensive line rather than having 3 great receivers. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I don't know. I'm not like I think this year was just a bad year.
The thing is, you hit it right on the head. If I don't have an offensive line, I can have all the playmakers in the world, but you're not going to get anything done when Brock Purdy's got 3 or 4 defensive linemen sitting in his lap a split second after the ball snapped. And that's the only thing. This is the only thing I get pissed off about Shanahan and Lynch and their assembly of people. Get some bodies in there. The best quarterbacks in the league have a great offensive line. There is no quarterback that's just kicking ass with a bad offensive line. It just isn't going to happen. It's the bottom line.
Yeah, and if you have a bad offensive line, what the Shanahan offense was up until this year was a lot more quicker play action, short passes, shorter intermediate passes. But this year we went to to deeper passes, right? And this offensive line was just not built for that. And when you add the lack of skill players, it just wasn't going to work. I mean, you've seen Patrick Mahomes with his shit offensive line put up 9 points in the Super Bowl, and no matter how much he ran around, he couldn't do shit. That next offseason, they draft Trey Smith, All-Pro, Creed Humphrey, All-Pro. Then they go trade for Orlando Brown, Pro Bowler, and they go sign Joe Tooney, All-Pro. Like, it's like you just
That's how you get it done.
Tom Brady, all those years. Even if his receivers were he had 5 All-Pros on the offensive line. Even in Tampa, he had Ali Marpet, All-Pro. Tristan Wirfs, All-Pro.
And they drafted him.
Who else am I missing? The center. I forgot the center's name. We could have drafted Tristan Wirfs. Ryan Jensen, All-Pro. Like, you just need a great offensive line. And especially with our new scheme of downfield passing, we need to heavily prioritize offensive line. We can't neglect it, and I that's just my main thing. Get run stoppers on defense, get some interior O-line, and I think we'll be fine. I'm really not worried about Purdy or Shanahan for that matter, because I know there's still people who are crying about Shanahan.
Oh, Shanahan leaves today. He is picked up within the hour. I mean, we have been spoiled.
Not even an hour. I think 30 seconds. I think there's so many. There's so many teams that would fire their head coach or do what to get Shanahan. I think. Look, we're like suffering from, like, I don't want to say success in a sense, but damn it, compared to other franchises, we are so much more successful than them. There's a reason. People don't say Kyle Shanahan is a great you don't have former players, you don't have quarterbacks, you don't have coaches, you don't have other personnel calling Kyle Shanahan, this and that just for fun. Like, those are guys who know football, who watch football, and I promise you, they're not just saying that just to say that. Like, there's a reason why Kyle Shanahan is highly touted, and I'm not gonna fucking sit here and shit on him for he's had Super Bowl blunders. Yeah, he's had questionable play calling. But at the end of the day, you're not going to find anybody better than him, bro. That's just what it is.
That's what I do not want. A treadmill or a step back. Hey, Darius, good stuff. I'll be back midweek. I'm not sure which day, but I will let you'll get that notification. All right. Appreciate you, fam.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas, Ronbo.
Hey, right? Merry Christmas. Exactly. That's why I foresee Christmas Day is this week. All right. All right, Darius.
Have a great one.
You too, fam. Night. Tony, I saw that. I was wise. Sorry for the typos. Acquired Drew Dahlman, the center from the Falcons, to play center next year. Tony, is Drew Dahlman, is he on his way out of Atlanta? And by the way, Tony, you're still in the mix, buddy. You can still win that division. But Tony, the funny thing is, you have to thank the Cowboys. Did you ever thought the moment would come when you have to thank the Cowboys and tell Texas boy how much you appreciate his dumb team? I've already told him how much I appreciated it. We get to move up in the draft. Cowboys, boy, you can't. Well, it's a big show.
What's up, Ronbo? How are you? Long time no talk.
I'm feeling great, man. I'm at peace now with what this season's done. It's not going to make me crazy. I'm just watching the last couple of games just because I love watching football. I'm watching a lot of football, actually, not just our guys. But Show, come on in and tell us what's on your mind regarding what's all this madness is going on. This is Raw Monday, so anything you want to do.
For starters, the madness that's going on in my mind is the defensive line, how atrocious that is. Because I think we're going to have to brace ourselves with the first 2 picks of the draft that's coming up. And that's coming up. The draft coming up this year in 2025, because I think the first 2 picks are going to be defensive linemen, knowing that they just restructured Javon Hargrave.
I know he might have to stay.
They restructured Javon Hargrave contract. I think that's a way of saying, see you later, thanks for your services, and they're going to be going younger, I think, on that defensive tackle position, because Ronbo, we made Devin, how do you say his last name, Ashani, look like Paul Brown.
He was having a day, wasn't he? How many did he have? 70 yards? I mean, it was, oh my God,
something like that. And a name to look out for is Mason Graham out of Michigan, a defensive tackle.
A DT. Is he big?
A huge dude. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The way he stops the run is done beautifully. Also, my second round pick is I'm a name to look out for is Jack Sawyer, an edge out of Ohio State. Those two powerhouse college football teams produce defensive linemen like no other. Ronbo,
Georgia. So you know what?
Yeah, Georgia
you're right
too.
because defensive linemen. We're probably going to do that. I just wonder,
Mm-hmm.
are the 49ers going to say what they always say just to appease us, the fan? We didn't see any offensive linemen in the draft any better than what we have already in our locker room, so that's why we didn't go. They've said that twice now, and I remember you pointed out some offensive linemen we could have got that are better than anything we had that went to other teams and did a good job.
The offensive tackle out of Ohio State, I think he was a starting right tackle for a little bit for Cleveland, the Browns. I wanted that year, but I can't predict what they're going to say this coming draft season because I just know throughout the tenure of Kyle and John since they've been here, they've always focused on the defensive line.
Yeah, that's John.
And that is an area that is severely where the dam is broken pretty bad, and it needs to be repaired fast. Leonard Floyd is nice and everything like that, but he's not cutting it, Ronbo.
Yeah, he got hurt too.
Yeah, he's not in his prime anymore, and he's just no more AARP members, please. I know that 30 and above is like 50 in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
Now,
So the bad thing is the prospects they picked in the draft to come and do a job for us are pathetic. Beal, and when's the last time you even seen Jackson?
That was a mistake for that we gave up too many first round picks for that quarterback that never panned out.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we were stuck in that position that we were in and drafted Drake Jackson. I don't know. I think we could get really good offensive tackles later on in the round, and the second and the third or fourth round.
Yeah.
There's one out of Oregon and one out of Clemson. They're two right tackles, which we desperately need depth there, and also a starting right tackle because Colt McKivitz is ass cheeks and.
He doesn't get hurt though. You notice that? It's always like that. The guy.
I noticed that,
really
but
he never gets hurt.
He gets bullied a lot on that line, and that's where the pressure comes from. So we need extreme help on all sides of the offensive line because Aaron Banks is a free agent. And he's hurt again. Jalen Moore's done. You just heard that earlier today.
Yep.
It's gonna take a while, for this team to get back up and running again because continuity needs to be built, and there's no telling what direction this team's going in right now. But I'm really, I know everybody wants offensive line, but I really want defensive line now because
You're
seeing
definitely going to get it. Lynch never leaves a draft without a defensive lineman.
Just seeing how much this defense has let running backs look like Hall of Famers is embarrassing.
Yeah, that's true. Every week,
and they're not. When every single one of them are not going to be in the Hall of Fame, it's kind of sad. DeForest Buckner left a huge hole to Hill.
Fred Warner, after we didn't even realize, after he cracked his ankle and Dre wasn't even out there. Did you notice when Dre and Fred were there patrol, that running stopped? So for a few minutes, and then Dre left, and the running continued back again.
Before I go, speaking of Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga, I'm really hesitant of signing those guys because they can't stay on the field. They are so soft. Their tissue is it literally is tissue. I can't sign them until I see them on the field for one full season. You know what I mean?
We'll give him a prove it deal.
Maybe bring him back on a prove it deal, a 1 year deal, not even long term or anything like that, but nothing more than that. That's because we need depth there too. It showed that we needed it.
And
the whole entire season. So
a lot less if you just don't. Yeah, I can.
One
get behind
last point.
Mm-hmm.
One last point before I go. I'm pretty sure this is a fair assessment that you'll agree with. I am in no rush whatsoever to pay Brock Purdy because he, let's be honest, has regressed this year. I would like to, if I were to give them advice, I would like for them to just let him play his last year and then go from there. Because the past contracts that we signed the past 2 seasons have came back to bite us in the ass, Ronbo, and we haven't gotten a good return on investment on the contracts that we have signed.
Who are you going to replace him with?
What are you talking about?
You said Brock Purdy.
I said let him play out his final year of his rookie contract. Yeah, on his last year of his rookie deal. Like, there's no one. We should not rush to do this because if we sign him and he gets hurt week 1 and then we're screwed. Like, what are we going to do?
No, that's what I'm saying. Let him get. I understand what you mean by let him stay here and play out his last year. But listen, do you draft a QB this year? Because if you do, you're gonna have to get him groomed up and get him ready to get up to speed. If you're not going to stick with Brock Purdy, you need to be ready next year. Either draft a quarterback or sign a veteran that can actually go out there and win. So better than an upgrade over Josh Dobbs and you're going to run us right into Kirk Cousins. Please don't do that. You know what?
We'll
get back on this.
I'm not going to do that. No, absolutely not. No.
When you say a veteran, who's Kyle Love the most? He's not going to look at anybody but Kirk.
I don't know. Well, I mean, if it's on a vet-friendly vet deal, then why not? Like, you know what I mean? So
I'm talking about to start next year when you let Brock Purdy walk. But
I never said let him walk. I said let him finish his rookie deal. Yeah. Finish on his rookie deal. Don't rush to pay him, because that always comes back to bite us in the ass. And just let him. We need to see him one more year before we commit to him long term. Because that's ridiculous. Paying him $60 million.
Yeah, hopefully we can judge him a little better next year. Like Darius said, give him back his tools and let's see what happens. All right, show.
Shout out to everyone. All right, take care. Have a great night.
You too.
Shout out to the fam. All right, everyone who's there, take care.
There he goes. Vincent.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Vince, man, we're sitting here talking about the things that piss us off all the time. Vince, I remember talking to you a while, but not for a long time. We're talking about things that piss us off the most.
I used to call you way back, Ronbo, like in 2016, like when Kaepernick era, and like.
Yes, I recognized your voice right away.
I still
talked to him in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't gone nowhere. I listen up all the time. You know, while I'm at work or whatever.
Well, good to hear from you.
Yeah, I know you too. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I mean, in spite of not, because normally this time of year we're getting ready to talk about we're gonna get this Super Bowl now, boy. Let's go, and then we go in there and we do what we do. But still, it's been fun for the last few years, up to a point every year.
It is what it is. Ronbo, I think Brock Purdy, he's gonna go that Tom Brady route. He's gonna take a little pay cut, and then we got the Super Bowl next year at the Levi. So I think we'll be healthy and ready.
That's what we got to do. I mean, we get real nervous and impatient when we get hurt. The first thing we do is start designating blame. You got half the team out, but everybody's blaming the guys that are on the field still. I say, that is so. Give it up, guys. That ain't right. Because we look like that last year before. Okay, but no, it's not. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't like to believe. I don't like to believe in that curse, but man,
I know
that Madden curse.
It's scary, huh? Don't forget about the Levi. Don't forget about the candlestick curse too. We got 2 curses on us.
Yeah, now. I know, right? Yeah, we're just a controversial team.
It's always we're gonna, and again they're gonna talk about us all off season. Every year, all off season, we get talked about. 49ers gonna get Tom Brady. They're gonna get Aaron Rodgers. They're gonna get everybody, but they're gonna get rid of their quarterback and start over again with another quarterback. Bring him in next year and get rid of his ass too next year after that. It's a closing door back and forth with the QBs, and Kyle Shanahan has got to be fired right now. It's just
now it's don't pay Brock Purdy. He's not the one.
No.
Let's get Joe Flacco in here.
Yeah. The thing is, if they were going to pay him last year, I don't know if anybody would have had an argument, right? This is why I say, okay, guys, you know what? I don't know if we should just give him $2.95. He didn't look like this last year, and with good reason. So
that's why I said. That's why I said, Ronbo. This, like you said too. I mean, the injuries plagued us, so that's why I said, like, we're gonna have a good little offset year. We're gonna regroup, and everybody's gonna come back healthy. So, and the Super Bowl is right in our hands, right at home. Imagine that.
no, I can. It happened last time, Vince.
Imagine.
Remember, after we lost, we went to the Super Bowl last time. We came out and looked just like this. Not exactly this bad, but a lot like this. The next year after that, what do we look like?
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to shut the Rams at home next year? Like on a playoff season.
Yeah, I get such a rush off of that. There's nothing I enjoy more than putting hang foot in Rams' butt because they really think they're all that in a bag of chips now. Well, we swept the season series for the first time in damn near 20 years, so you guys need to, they're so big. Any little thing is just such a big thing for them.
I read somewhere. Today where something about like we could potentially get DeForest Buckner back. What do you think about that?
I like that. He never gets hurt. And I've seen him a few games. I've seen him a couple games this year. He's still grizzly, too.
Oh, yeah.
You got to double team him.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Oh, yeah.
I heard talk about that earlier, too.
That'd be awesome.
Right. Yeah, I do like that idea.
And Brock Purdy will be back. It's just like some of your callers said on your last show. I believe that I don't see Brock Purdy. I don't see him being that type of guy, like, give me the money. Like, no, he looks more of a guy that's like more family, family first. He looks at that locker room like family, you know what I mean?
I do. The problem is his agent. I don't know. Most agents, and hopefully Brock will pick out an agent that's actually listening to what he says a little bit. Because agents can be terrible.
If he's buying his O-line, all them cars, he's got his agent on check. Ronbo, it's the other way around.
You got a good point there. Because his agent probably didn't pay for him to buy all those trucks. Woo, that's a great point. And they still let him down, Vince. They let him down.
I know.
Brock was getting battered. I mean, he was beaten up. And the guys with the trucks went and got in their truck and left. Yeah,
obviously, Mr. John Deere's got a good heart because I mean we're towards the end of we're towards the end of the season. He bought two trucks, right?
I mean, God.
But I think Pooney deserves it. I love Pooney. Pooney's going to be one of the good ones to stay. He's here to stay.
He'll definitely. He'll be one of the first of. If we can get 4 Pooneys, anything close, we're looking good then. I need guys who can really battle that front line.
Another one too, Ronbo, who's oh man, he's did me dirty all season, but I'm gonna get behind him is Deebo Samuel. I think Deebo Samuel. I think we're gonna come back and fire on all cylinders. I mean, we were just all bad all 3 phases. Ronbo this year was bad.
Special teams is always bad, and offense and defense in the trenches we got beat up. I'm with you. I've always been a Deebo fan. He looked good yesterday. He reminded me of the Deebo I used to like.
He did.
Detroit versus everybody. We on our way.
He's added something to it. Anyway, you got to sympathize with Detroit fans. They've never had anything to scream about up until now.
Hey, Ronbo. I mean, I love football. I love the game itself in general. Yes. So, like, I'm kind of rooting for them, even if. The NFC, I'm kind of rooting for them and the Vikings and for the NFC.
Same here. I'm entertained the same thing. I figured the Eagles I'm a little concerned with. I was hoping the Eagles actually get the number 1 seed because I know the Rams can't deal with the Eagles in any capacity. And I'm going to go just bring the Rams first and kick the shit. Yeah. But that looks like it's going to be mini.
F them Rams, Ronbo. F them Rams and. F them Rams and F them freaking Eagles. I mean?
Hey, throw the Cowboys in there too. But the Cowboys are already screwed, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Vince, good job. Go ahead.
For the AFC, I wouldn't mind the Bills. Oh, yeah, for sure, Ronbo. Hey, let me give a little shout out to.
Can do.
Oh, yeah.
Because I see the Bills.
Let me give a little shout out to. My bad. Go ahead.
Shout out. Oh, no, were you going to give a shout out to somebody in particular? Or do you want me to give you a shout?
Yeah, I can give you a shout out to 49er Brian.
Yeah.
You guys need a shout out to 49er Brian, 49er Michael, and all the Tonys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one in particular. He's a little certified box cutter. Got Cheesehead Rob up in the house. Shout out to him.
Cheesehead Rob.
And another dude, Ronbo, who I really, really love. He used to call back then too. I'm sorry, taking your time, but
real quick.
Raymond from
Raymond. He's
from
back
the East
now.
Coast.
He calls in kind of often now. He's pissed off.
Yeah.
All right.
And the Heart Foundation. All right, see you guys.
There you go. And I will see you later
Hey,
in the
Ronbo,
week.
love
Looking
you.
forward. Thanks, fam. Love you back, too.
All right.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Night, fam.
Hey, you too. Happy holidays. All right.
Thanks. I ain't talked to Vince in a long time. Bobo believes if Kyle leaves, he'll choke in the Super Bowl for another team. Hang in there, Bobo. Yo, Jay.
What's
Bobo thanks
up,
for that contribution,
Ronbo?
too. Jay, man, we're sitting back here, man, looking like we ain't looked in years, sitting there watching everybody else going to the place we used to go. And, I mean, it's fun to watch them go in there. I mean, some teams that we never. Minnesota's going. Detroit is supposed to be the badass of the NFL. Who would have guessed? And who else is going? Tampa Bay is still in it. The Falcons are got to hold them back. Some of the names you've not seen in a long time up around the top because they're all up there.
Right, Washington.
And them sorry-ass Rams are on their way back after buying that trophy a few years ago and looking like ass for the last 3-4 years. They're trying to make a comeback.
Right. Yeah.
We're going to have to deal with them next year. They're drafting pretty well, I must say.
Yep. And that's what we need to do. We got to draft well. We're behind the 8-ball after all them that Trey Lance.
I know we're never going to get over that.
Debacle. So we got this year. We got to hit it out of the park. You know what I'm saying? We got to draft well because if not, we're going to be in huge trouble, especially if we sign Brock Purdy to the $60 million. That's going to really hurt us if we do something like that.
Well, with free agents, I think we're probably. I think with Brock Purdy, there's no team in the league that has a quarterback they call a franchise quarterback that's not getting paid any money. They're continuing to do what they do. Josh Allen got paid. He's still got a great team around him. That contract gets smaller and smaller every year after that first year. Brock's contract doesn't kick in until the following year anyway, no matter what he signs this year. So you've got leeway.
Right.
And I trust Shanahan and Lynch, no matter what we say about him, except for the defensive line, well, the trenches in general, they generally draft well. And for the first time, they got an offensive lineman worth a damn in Pony. So I trust those teams.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I do.
We need to build on that. You know what I'm saying? We need to get offensive linemen. And we have to hit on the draft picks because if you sign Brock if you sign him to that massive deal and you're not hitting home runs with your draft pick,
now you're going to get in
and
trouble.
granted, you're not going to hit home runs on every last runner, but at least the first 2 rounds, we need to hit home runs on them because,
Jay,
we haven't hit on that in a while.
Look at this past season, the draft. I mean, Renardo Green and Mustafa going to be some bad boys.
Right. I'm talking about number 1 though. I'm talking about number 1 picks. Like, you can. Right. We got to hit the number 1s because those other ones
really should. But we don't do that very well.
Right.
Yeah, we
don't.
already suggested we draft that first round pick down to 3 and 4. Load up for 2 and 3s. I mean, because the thing is, I don't know what happens in the first round, but a lot of teams suffer getting that first round pick. Not just us. The first round pick is always overrated. Except, I'd say out of 32 picks, you've got 6 guys in that first round that are really worth a damn. Because those first few rounds, they pick quarterbacks, maybe 1 might leave his mark on the NFL. Right now, you got 25 to go. It's a crap. That first round is really dangerous. You got to be careful.
Correct. But, at the same time, I think we need to just sit back, start focus on who we're going to drive. It's
it's very important we get that number one pick. Get it lower down where we could get a valuable player
Hey,
at that
wait,
position.
Jay, hold on a second. Rams, I told you yesterday, if I see any personal attacks, Rams are the fake champs. I will bounce you. No name calling. You want to talk football, talk football. Don't do that. God. I mean, the most obnoxious people on the planet. Rams fans win. They finally get up out the toilet, and the first thing they do is start rolling around. Okay, go ahead.
Well, they ain't got a platform like the 49ers, so they got to control ours because they don't have no other place to go.
You would think if that'd be the case, then don't be getting yourself in a position to get thrown the hell out. You know.
Correct. But people they don't know how to control themselves, and they're gonna get put out in the first round anyway. So I don't even know why they.
That's what I like about it. I always talk about, yo, you guys already blew this minute. MG, you ain't been to 3 Super Bowls. See, this is the thing. People don't understand. It is damn near impossible to get to the Super Bowl. So to make jokes, if your team's not been there, and God knows how long, Washington, how the world do you talk? You know what?
Right.
Ignore those people. Go ahead.
Right. So I just think we've got to do some moves, and I give Kyle, if he stays for this year, I don't see him. If he has another losing season, I don't see him sticking around.
Yeah, he might quit on his own. I saw that a couple of years ago. We'll see.
Right, and if he doesn't straighten up, he's gonna find his way out of here.
Yeah.
So
there's more's got to be done than him straightening up. Shanahan needs players. You look at Patrick Mahomes. I guess we do have a few guys that really will get the job done regardless as to whether Shanahan holds their hand or not. But the thing is, he's got to get more guys that can work on their own. I mean, a wind-up toy, you put it on the floor and runs on his own. But, yeah.
The issue with Kyle is he don't want to coach. He just want to call plays, and it's more, like I said in the past, it's more than just calling plays. You got, like, when a player makes a mistake, like Ronnie Bell should not have been on this team. Jake Moody should not be on this team.
Not as long as they were, anyway.
I'm just being frank, and it just seemed like every year we had them type of players on this team who lingers on the roster. And get valuable playing time when you got.
And you got good guys sitting down. Jay, we're going to run out of time, though. This is a subject we're going to go on and on with all season long anyway. So come on, I'll be back early in the week. It's early in the evening is better for Jay. Jay, I'll see you later in the week. All right?
Yes, sir. You have a Merry Christmas to you, Ronbo.
Merry Christmas, Jay. Night, fam.
All right. Right.
Yeah, Ronnie Bell, I'm with you on that, Ronnie Bell. Boy, that dude, he stayed 3 years. Hey, yo, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, good night, going, buddy.
Michael, here's the thing I love the most. Now Washington is the reason why we got thrown out. The Rams are the reason why. Yeah. Listen, you people keep thinking those teams did that. We haven't even played Washington. And the Rams, yeah, they did beat us, but we were still in it. And so, no, they didn't. The Dolphins took us out.
It reminds you of the Rocky movie, you get that last punch. But like you said, we'll be fine next year. I'm not worried about, you know what I mean? Just think, every time we had a bad year, what happens? We bounce back.
I know. This is what I'm saying. People think
that
like
the Raiders,
49ers are done.
Look at the Raiders. Mm-hmm. Look at the Raiders, for example, Ronbo, how many bad years they're having. Look at that. Look at these sports teams that have like 10, 15 years of bad seasons, and they can never get a win. This is the Niners, you know what I mean?
And talking louder than everybody else.
Like I said, anybody that gets to the playoff, anybody can win these playoff games. Anybody. You could have the worst team. Mm-hmm. You look how many. You look at number 7 seeds. Look and see how many won the Super Bowl or made it to the Super Bowl. Or 6 seeds. There's lower teams.
That's a good. I'd like to actually know. There's been a couple of wild cards.
Like which team? Yeah, it's like baseball, you know. How many wild cards in baseball won the World Series, you know, or how, you know? Look at for example, the Florida Panthers.
At what time? Yeah, I agree.
Look at Florida Panthers. They were the 8th seed, and they made it to the Stanley Cup. Imagine that.
Yeah.
So anything can happen. Once you get in the playoffs, it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
One and done in football. Not like baseball. You got 4 out of 7, you know? One and done, so.
Yeah, no, that's a rough thing about football. You got one chance. You got one, and that's it.
I mean, at least today, me and Papa Jay were in Wolfie's live, and they were doing a prediction draft and all that. Wolfie was doing the draft board and all that. Me, Papa Jay, 49er Brian were in there. We're gonna you should come in once in a while, check up on Wolfie. A lot of 49er probably should join and show some love to Wolfie. He's a good guy, man.
Right.
Me and Papa Jay chill out in there. No, he's a good guy, very nice guy. We chilled in there and we talk about Niners. And last night I was in a live yesterday with the Seattle Seahawks guy. Very nice guy.
was Eric? Was Eric there?
Very nice guy.
No,
I didn't see Eric.
We hate Hawks fans because of Richard Sherman. Hawks people probably aren't all that bad. There's a few JD knows when to quit.
I met a lot of nice Seahawks people that came in knowing I was a 49er fan, but I said, hey, you know, we split with you guys, and like you said, I was hoping that you guys get in, you know? I said, I never have a problem with you guys or the Cardinals.
Well, I did a few years ago, but, you know, I don't have one. I haven't had one in a long time. I mean, it's hard to stay mad at a team after years and years, and you're not losing to them anymore.
They don't come after, at least one thing I said, they don't come after us, like you guys, like in the chat. You don't see, you know what I mean?
Can have no MG's a Washington fan. Michael, try to remember the last time Washington was relevant. Think about that for a minute.
I would say,
talking loud. He's writing in caps. Talking loud than anybody.
Washington was relevant when they were still called the Redskins and had RG3.
You know, that is shameless.
How about the other quarterback back in the 80s? How about in the 80s?
Shameless.
Yeah. Shoot. Well, the Redskins might be coming back with that name. They might bring that back.
You know,
the Commanders might switch it to no, they're talking about it. No, they're talking about it. I don't care.
I mean, the thing
bring
is,
them back. And then they're talking about
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like I said, I think the best things the 49ers were doing, I think Papa Jay and I were talking to Wolfie about, is rest and let Purdy don't overuse them in the last 2 games. You know what I mean? You don't want to get him hurt because what happens if he gets
the offensive line
and he's out next year.
Mm-hmm. Right, he's got no protection at all now. I'm concerned about that. I mean, he didn't have much
what's
anyway.
In his mind right now.
Now he's got none.
Nothing. The wall is broken. The wall is broken. The wall is broken.
Michael, you know what though? Watch that offensive line outperform the last 2-3 weeks, and then we can all get really pissed off. Kyle's really going to be under fire if that happens too. Against the Lions, front line rush.
Moody want out. Moody's got to go. The kicker's got to go. If he doesn't go out, I'll call San Francisco. I want him out. That boycott. Want him out. Throw him out. He's garbage. You know what I mean?
He might be
because Take goal.
He finally pissed Kyle off this last week though. That he was really
pissed.
I
would have told him. I would have benched him. No, but know what I would do? I would have benched him and call up another kicker. Piss him off more.
Put him on the practice squad because.
Put him on the practice squad. I'll put him on the concession stand. Let him sell hot dogs.
Michael, here's the thing. He's under rookie contract. Can he be cut or released without having to pay him the rest of that money?
Anybody can be cut. Oh, they can cut him. They can cut him. He doesn't make as much as veterans. I mean, you can cut him.
But you still got to pay him.
So I would have cut him and thrown him on the streets. Let him live on the corner. Get him out.
Kicker, though,
he's garbage.
It's not that expensive. He doesn't get paid that much anyway.
What? You think when's the last time? I mean, think all the kickers we had. Boy, he wins the booby prize. The worst kicker I've seen.
Yeah. Oh no, there's no doubt about it.
Missed the field goal in Miami. How the hell can you miss the field goal in Miami and the weather was beautiful? The weather was beautiful.
No wind conditions. There was nothing stopping you, Jake. What did you do? Oh my God!
No rain, no snow, no wind. No rain, no snow, no wind. Tell you, he can't kick for crap. I like the Cowboys kicker. That's one guy I drafted in my fantasy league. I like that guy. He's good. That's what we needed. A guy like him.
Well, we need a few guys.
But too late.
Yeah, and we also need to heal up. I need about 5 guys at least to come back. Not all of them, but 5 guys come back from injury. And everybody will shut the hell up then.
I'll be there with Nikita's Eagles. Support her team. Wish them a lot of luck. If they get knocked out, I'll stick with the NFC. I'll probably, if say the Eagles get knocked out, I'd like to see, Pittsburgh, or support Tony Wright's Falcons. That'd be a Disney dream come true. If Atlanta gets in and they get all the way, watch out.
You
never know.
It's schedule.
You never know.
It's strength of schedule from here on.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the games you can get past?
You get the playoffs, buddy. You might have, you got to look at the odds. So what you go get to the Super Bowl, we have to find out the percentage.
And then get the Rams in the first round somehow and beat hell out of them. Tony, we will celebrate like it's never been done before.
Ronbo will shoot fireworks off his patio. He'll shoot fireworks off, Tony Wright. You beat the Rams, he'll shoot off fireworks. And then he'll rub it on Rudy on X. He'll rub it all on.
That would just make my year.
That would be embarrassing if the Rams got beat by the Falcons. That would be a nightmare.
No, it wouldn't. Listen, the Rams are getting away because they let Stafford stop throwing the ball, so they don't allow him to throw the ball as much, and they run the ball more. I was wondering if they'd ever figure that out, and now I have to say they are legitimately somewhat dangerous. Because if Stafford throws all day, you can bet your last money there's going to be at least 2 to 3 picks. So now it's come down with the picks.
Tony Ray said he had 2 picks last Sunday against the Jets, or the 1 pick that he had, Tony? What was it, 1 or 2, you said?
That's good for Stafford.
I think it was 2
only
picks,
1. That's good.
Touchdown.
Yeah. Michael,
we're going to touch it.
All
right, Ronbo, I'll see you when.
Let's see midweek.
Have a Merry Christmas, everybody. Ronbo, have a Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you, Michael. All right.
Yep. 49 Empire, have a Merry Christmas. And don't get drunk and don't get in trouble. Ram fans, Merry Christmas.
All right, fam. Night. Yeah, MG Washington Commanders are coming dynasty. Shh. In the meantime, you ain't got nothing to talk about, buddy. Nothing. You've been absolute garbage for years. Hey, Double A.
What's up, Ronbo?
Well, we're just sitting here feeling like it's can't wait till next year, and every day you look at the dailies, there's more bad news. I'm seeing like the offensive line, man. Nobody anybody knows other than Pooney and Brindle and McKivitz. 1 out of those 3 is good, and actually Jalen was coming on. He was getting better, and also of course Trent Williams, the perennial one. And Aaron Banks is gone for the year. So now we got a quarterback out there. He didn't have a lot of great protection to begin with. And now I can't wait. I hope Kyle changes his mind between now and Sunday. Kyle, if you put him out there, you may as well have him march down death row. He will be executed. You go ahead, you do it. I know what you're saying, but you put Brock Purdy out there in front of that defensive line coming off from Detroit, with no protection, he's dead man walking. Now, why would you do that? I mean, your feeling on this, Double A?
I mean, yeah, Ronbo. I mean, we need to prioritize the offensive line because it is bad. Except for Pooney. He's been tremendous.
He can't do it by himself, see? You know that?
Yeah.
Who's going to run? I think Gutierrez is coming back this weekend, from what Kyle's saying.
Wait, who?
Isaac. Gutierrez.
Oh.
Isaac's coming back this weekend, it sounds like. So at least a running back just got a little time out on there with that offense. Well, not with this offensive line, though. I still know.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully, I'm hoping they go. I hope they go. All night in the first 3 rounds.
We do need some defensive linemen, though. And John Lynch is not going to let this draft go by without a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
I suspect if I had to bet on it, and if I did, I'd bet some kind of defensive lineman in the first round. And especially that high in the draft, They're going to go get the biggest, baddest monster they can find out of the college ranks in that first round defensive lineman. Guaranteed.
Yeah, because I remember back in 2019, they had the second overall draft pick, and they got Nick Bosa.
Yes.
So,
Nick needs a comrade on the other side. Lynn Floyd is okay. He can play another year with us on a backup role. But I need a guy out there like he's coming up, starting, looking like Nick did, or at least something like Nick, right? Because the way the 49ers work, John Lynch feels Kyle can get an offense to work no matter what. But of course, that's been put to the test this past weekend. You know what though? We're going to talk about Kyle Shanahan has vowed to reinvent his offense to a degree where it won't be so easy to figure out. We'll see more. Look into that. But go ahead.
But yeah, on the positive side, Ronaldo Green looked pretty good yesterday.
Oh man, he's getting better each week. Did you see him right? He was doing just like the coach teaches. All right, get in his pocket, get in his pocket, get in his pocket. Ronaldo was in Tyreek Hill's pocket. Nobody gets in Tyreek's pocket. You try to ride close, but you ain't keeping up with him. Ronaldo was with him step for step, all the way down the field. Look at you. Oh,
I know.
I'm proud of him. Him and Mustafa. Golden pills.
Yeah. Man, I think we could have a really good secondary next year with Demo, Ronaldo, and Malik.
I don't know about Javarius. I wonder what I don't know. Are they going to be able to re-sign him? Kind of wish.
Maybe unless he. Well.
Because Ambry's for sale. Is he back? Ambry's back in our locker room, ain't he? He failed his physical in Indianapolis.
I thought they waived Ambry Thomas.
They did. He went to Indianapolis. They picked him up, failed the physical.
Oh yeah.
And came back home. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, but that's gonna leave a void. Because you got Demo, you got Bernardo. Demo can fill the slot. If you can find somebody to go out there on the edge, okay. I don't know.
Yeah. And I think from what I heard today, they say they may shut Dre Greenlaw down because he's dealing with
no doubt. He shouldn't have been out that.
Soreness.
Yeah, and that could lead to an Achilles problem. So let's not have any more Dre Greenlaw. I was glad to read that. He's one of the people I forgot to mention got shut down. But yeah, you're right. Dre Greenlaw. Oh, no more we're gonna do with that. That was a bad idea to begin with. His teammates thought that was a bad idea. They thought he came back too soon too. So.
But and I know them Rams fans are talking smack about, going to the playoffs and potentially going to the Super Bowl. I mean, okay, we'll see when y'all play like Philly or Detroit.
They're just going to the playoffs. They're going, but they'll be checking out way before Super Bowl time. There's no doubt about it. The Rams are at least 2 draft picks away from going to the Super Bowl anyway. Getting all noisy about their entry into the playoffs. Ooh. You know what? 8 teams get to go into the playoffs. Okay, fine. You were one of them. But I can't wait. And when they get bounced like a basketball, Rudy, man, you ain't got no place to hide. Every time we go to the Super Bowl, as if that was easy, you start running your damn board. Well, you know what? You better get to the Super Bowl and you better win it. Or no peace, bruh. Anyway.
Yeah. So, and if we play Detroit, which,
bloodbath.
pray for us because they're probably going to smoke us.
Oh, it's going to be bad. By the half, I suspect they'll have 30, 40 points. I mean, I got no offensive line. So therefore, the 49ers offense is not going to be out there. The defense is going to be on the field most of the day. And they're going to get tired by the second half, and that's when Detroit's going to go buck wild. I suspect Jared Goff doesn't even play the fourth quarter. Oh, my God. I have to see Detroit in this condition. Oh.
I know.
They're beat up, too. That's so funny. But they're still not beat up like we are. They still got their key people on offense mostly. Knuckles and Sonic, though, I think one Montgomery might not. I don't know.
I think Montgomery is out, but not Gibbs.
Yeah. Look at Paul ready to go. That's that high IQ Rams fan. He asked, "What seeds are you guys right now?" Ready to go? You hanging there, man? That's why I was just ignoring. I'm not gonna get mad at you. You a little light upstairs, huh? Turn the light on, bruh. Aaron, we're gonna go. Let me. I'll see you midweek. Cause Christmas after Christmas for sure. All right.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, Aaron.
Merry Christmas to you.
All right. Hey, it's time for some Latino heat. Latino heat. Latino heat. Emilio.
What's happening?
Emilio, man, we ain't happening, man, but we're just having fun with this. I ain't even mad. You know what I'm saying? If we like when we had Harbaugh, not Harbaugh, but we had Chip Kelly and Tom Sula. You know how it was. All of us mad as hell for 3 years. 3 years, Emilio being pissed off. Damn.
I was never mad. I kept telling you.
You accepted it.
You just believed in something that wasn't there.
I couldn't stand it.
I told you, those two ain't bad as Dennis Harris, and that's just the worst coach we've ever had in the past 40 years. He's still the worst.
It was such a bad memory. I had gotten over that because as soon as we got to Harbaugh, I was, all right, we bad. And then all of a sudden the floor fell out.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. As I said, I've been told you the season was over a couple of weeks back, but people kept believing. I said, no, it was too much there to say this team wasn't made to win. It's just even from during the offseason, there was just too many holes there. And when Shanahan's dumb idea, we don't need an offensive line.
Yeah?
You really believe that dumb?
We got plenty, though. They got one.
Trying to get.
They didn't know it was going to be that good, though.
The whole line. Well, they had two with Trent, but still, that whole idea, I don't know where he got that idea from. We don't need an offensive line.
Chris Forrester told him that.
No, that's his idea. Come on, now. His coach was offensive coordinator with the line. Mike Shanahan was a coordinator. He knew we needed a line. He knew Joe Montana needed a line. You look at Tom Brady. He needed a line. You look at Mahomes. Everybody needs a line. Even if it's scammy quarterback. I don't know where they got that stupid idea from.
I know, right?
That still boggles my damn mind where they got that idea from. I don't know where they thought. I don't even know where that even came from. That was just stupid.
So you
hey, that's the main concern they need to fix. Is that offensive line. Same thing with the defensive line, but that's the main thing. If you want Purdy to last,
that
needs to be the first thing.
Or get a damn good backup, because man, you put him out there again, and I'm worried about him in the next 2 weeks. Gotta put him out there now.
This is where you know if he's gonna play smart. He's either gonna take the sack or get out the way and throw that ball away. He's gonna needs to realize that it's my health area.
Stay alert.
I'd rather see Dobbs all gonna be on him.
Because at least Dobbs can deal with that kind of madness. But putting Brock out there, I don't know.
But it don't matter what quarterback you have. They should not even be dealing with that. You should be able to sit back there and throw. If you need to run. That needs to get fixed. And I said, I'm still trying to figure out where he got that idea from. And everybody keeps calling him a guru, but shit like that makes you an more idiot. Seriously, how is that even possible? Wow. Everybody knows you need an offensive line if you want to
sustain your quarterback in your season.
That's what I like about Harbaugh.
I mean, the only one I know that really got away with that is Rodgers. When that one season he had 40 sacks. That's the only one I really know that got away with that.
Hey, don't forget Russell Wilson. The Hawks never spent any money on the offensive line, and Wilson was still kicking our ass.
And that tells you a lot. And that's when they were giving up. That's when they gave up on the team.
I know.
So I'm like, are we really seeing signs of them really about to throw this team away? Because if you're doing that, that's a real sign that they about to just dump this whole team and get rid of everybody.
They just spent a lot of money on the defensive line. You know, Emilio, the Cowboys had a first-string offense. Every guy they picked was first-round pick, right, for a while. The Cowboys was even Deke and Zach. It was like rookie and co-rookie of the year. I can actually say that 1 year Dak had a good offensive line with Zeke. Oh, they were unstoppable that season. That's a lot. That tells you something right there. If you have a line of protected quarterback, no matter how bad that quarterback looks, he's going to look great if he gets protected. He needs to get protected. So, like I said, that's my whole thing. Fix that first, and then we can worry about everybody else. Yeah.
And that whole Purdy thing, it looks like they keep talking about getting them paid. So, whatever they do, hopefully they don't just throw them out there. He needs to be protected. If it's not, it is going to be a waste of money. Yeah. Regardless of what we think, I think he's getting paid just because it's just what the market is
set it up that way. Yeah, the market says you got to pay him, no matter what.
And he does have leverage against those other quarterbacks. He has leverage against
Trevor Lawrence over in Jacksonville.
He's got leverage over Lawrence. He's got leverage over Dak. He has leverage over. He actually has leverage over Josh Allen. Like, dude, I've been to 2 championships and to a Super Bowl. So it's just and these guys are getting paid. This is why I get why people say he didn't get paid, but he has leverage over a lot of these quarterbacks, which is crazy to say.
Yeah.
He has more playoff wins than Dak and Lamar put together.
Got to pay him.
Whether we like it or not,
it's the way it is.
Whether we like it or not, he's the next quarterback to get paid. Well, you think about it, after 5 games, they paid Jimmy. So,
no. Hey, they paid everybody. If you're a quarterback, you get paid. So. That's why if anybody having a child that's around 12, 13, 14, 15, he likes football, have him focus on either edge rusher, if he's big enough, or quarterback. Everybody else gets paid peanuts.
Yeah, pretty much. The receiver market is going up.
Well, receivers are starting to get paid.
That's another thing.
That's true.
The only one that's not getting paid no more, but I think it might change. The running back is going to change in a minute.
I know,
you see, everybody has 2 running backs, so that's going to change.
They treat them so bad.
They the next ones to get in line and get paid.
Unless you're Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey, you ain't getting no money.
Well, it's coming. Well, you got to look at it now. You got to look at the with the Lions, Gibbs and
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Yeah.
You look at Jacobs. These guys are up there just sustaining what they can do. They keep doing it.
Well, the thing is,
they don't start saying, "Hey, man."
The thing is, you can't keep both and pay a whole lot of money though. Nobody's gonna keep 2 running backs and pay them a lot of money. That duo is gonna get separated after the contracts go out.
We can't even keep 5. They all keep getting hurt.
I know, right? That's the thing. It doesn't matter how many we have every year.
I just noticed with us. A lot of our running backs wouldn't get hurt as much. It's Shanahan to keep a rotation. I know the only time we really had a rotation, we had Mostert, Breida, and I forgot the other running back. When we had that whole rotation. Of course, one got out there too, but it's just, I think that's what we need to do. And sorry to say, we actually got to follow what the Lions are doing. Put one guy out there, put the other one out there, switch them out. It's kind of actually the best way to keep our running backs healthy.
How do you do that?
Every drive or every series, or every couple of downs, switch out.
Yeah, or at least get the hot hand. Rams are champs.
You can roll with the hot hand, but
told that dude, man, he ain't listening. I said no more personal attacks. He went right and did it again. Go ahead.
I heard what you did yesterday. I'm not worried about those guys, dude. They can talk about me. I don't care. You're not going to say it to my face. You can act all bozy over the internet. I don't worry about what you
badass in the
chat. As long as I always feel like the only people I care about the day they don't say something they don't like me It's my wife and my kids. After that, I care less what anybody thinks
there
about
you
me.
go.
That,
That's the attitude.
you can go.
Yeah. So, but maybe
I don't really care what people think about Millhouse.
We
but
got to go. Let's tell you what. I'm going to see you. Merry Christmas afterward. And
you too, man. You too.
And we'll get back to being cool.
Yeah, we'll see with you.
Take a page out of Emilio's book. When the 49ers are messing up, or the Warriors, any other teams, Emilio lays back and does a beer commercial and says, "So what?"
At the end of the day, I like watching sports, so I can watch. To me, as long as it's a good game. Like I said, I'm a Niner fan to the day I die, but I just like watching sports. I always prefer my team to be in there and competing. I just like watching a good game at the end of the day, no matter who it is.
Mm-hmm. And the Warriors are back, too.
All right, everybody out there?
All right. All right, fam.
Everybody out there, Merry Christmas. And talk to you next time.
You too, Emilio. Give our best to your family, too. All right, fam. Night.
All right, thank you. Same to yours, man. All right.
Thanks, fam. Hey, yo, Mark. Mark.
I'm on?
Mark, you are on.
My man Ronbo. What's good, family?
Oh, Mark, man, we good because, like, we understand the situation. And, Mark, this is a bad season for us, but I don't look at it the same way as I do other bad seasons. This season burnt to the ground from training camp. As soon as we had all them issues with signing contracts and players coming in late, wasn't even ready for the season, you got to get your head on straight from day one of football season so you get what we got this year. And guys weren't ready to play. Everybody gets hurt. It's a big mess. So you know what? I'm cool with that. I understand what happened. And so let's get to next year. So, but Mark, we haven't talked in a while. What do you got on your mind here?
Well, first and foremost, Purdy got to go.
Okay.
I know you love Purdy, but he can't cut it.
Well, explain.
For sure. All right, for one, everybody blaming the O-line. Our O-line is ranked 13th overall in the NFL.
That shows you how bad the offensive
Purdy
line are. Yeah.
Purdy's top 3 in pass protection. That's 2.
Top what? Top 3?
He's top 3 in pass protection.
Are you serious?
That's a factual stat.
Okay. Go ahead. Continue.
Also, we had a backup running back, top 3 in rushing at one point before CMC came back.
Jordan Mason, yeah.
So where is this bad O-line coming from? I don't understand that. To me, that's just excuses that these Purdy-mites make up.
Okay. I'm just blown away by top 3 in pass protection. Really?
If you go look at quarterback advanced stats, you will see Purdy's top 3 in pass protection.
Wow.
Not only that, but he's only 21st in pressures.
20? Really?
So
I want to see who the offensive lines that are worse than ours look like.
I mean, we 13th, like I said. That's above average. That should be good enough to win some games.
That's halfway through the line. Okay. No, I'm just going by what I see. And Mark, I seen as soon as that ball is snapped, that defensive line is right there on his ass. So that's why I say,
listen, Ronbo.
Go ahead.
Like real talk. You only watch Niner games, correct?
No, I watch a lot of football all day long. I've seen what Detroit's doing. Some of the better.
I'm pretty sure if you're watching a KC game every day, you're gonna see Mahomes under pressure a lot of the time.
I know.
It's just that you watch Niner games all the time, so you see Purdy under pressure sometimes, and you
Patrick
assume
does
the
not look good
bad.
this year.
But nah,
he looks okay, but he ain't looking like Patrick Mahomes either.
Well, they play Patrick Mahomes different from how they play Purdy.
The point is, though, that defensive line. That's still charging.
That's why Mahomes is, he makes quick passes because he has to.
Well, see, that's the thing, and I agree with you on that. Though some of the things we do don't make any sense. You're not going to get a long pass off downfield, and we're always trying to do that.
Well, for one, the way they play Purdy, they just load the box up. We should be getting deep throws, but he always underthrows our receivers. He has no arm, man. Purdy has no arm. There's certain throws he should be making that he can't make unless they play in zone.
Yeah.
The receiver has to be wide open for Purdy to make plays, man.
Okay, but now who are you going to go get? You got a quarterback in mind that you want to put in there?
Me personally, I would trade Purdy for some picks. And if Aaron Rodgers is available, I'll sign Aaron Rodgers to a vet minimum.
Really?
Or if not Aaron Rodgers, then Justin Fields will be available.
Justin Fields?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and
maybe
with the picks for Purdy,
I don't know.
all that money that Purdy wants, you put that in other positions that needs to be filled out on our team, and just load right back up in free agency and in the draft. And then with Rodgers or Fields, we be all right.
Yeah, but he's got Devontae. He's got that other kid he's got a lot of weapons over there. And his offensive line is a little better than ours, Mark. I don't know how your ranking goes. All I know is Rodgers every now and then gets a little bit of time to throw. Brock, I ain't seen you can count how many times you've seen Brock had time to get rid of the ball.
Ronbo, I just told you he's top 3 in pass protection.
Yeah, I heard you, but I'm just going by what I've seen.
That's our O-line.
Yeah.
Jets
O-line
is not top 3.
Okay.
I'm not sure when it comes to pass protection with Rodgers. I'm not sure about that, but I know for sure Purdy's number 3. Above Purdy is I know Hurts is 1 or 2, and I forgot who's number 1.
As far as pass protection. I don't have any doubt about. They do have a good a good offensive line in Philly. Who's number 2 or number 1?
I'm not sure. Number 1 is either Hurts or somebody else.
It's got to be
Hurts
Detroit.
Is 1 or 2.
I think it's Detroit.
I'm not sure. I know for sure Hurts is above Purdy, though, for sure.
Yeah.
And not only that, but another factual stat is Purdy is the only quarterback in the top 10 in pass protection who has a losing record.
All right. Now, I do believe, though, having less weapons around you makes. Purdy ran for more yards than anybody else on the team. He passed for more yards yesterday than Tua did. I think you negate everything he does.
Yards don't mean nothing though. Most of those yards.
But what I'm saying is
that was yak yards.
But last year, what was your assessment of Brock Purdy?
That was yak yards, and that was garbage time yards most of that time.
Yeah, last year
when we needed Purdy to carry the team, he don't do it.
What did you think about last season and the season before that though? What was your feeling about him then? Same thing.
Yeah, I did.
To
me personally, he's a little better than Jimmy G. Okay. That's all. He's Jimmy with legs. That's all.
All right.
To me, this whole myth about him being a great processor is bullshit. Excuse my language.
Yeah. No,
he's not a great processor. Right. That's just saying that these Purdy stands make up to, to make him seem great. But he's not a great. I think Jimmy's a better processor than he is. Me personally.
Well. And I remember, too, now, this year, defenses lined up for that shot across the middle, and that was pretty much the bread and butter Kyle Shanahan's offensive strategy, of which he himself has admitted that he will make some changes on. So I think we're seeing a lot of transition going on. I don't know that they're going to get rid of Brock, but I do know he'd better be better than Brock if he's coming in, and then we'll all be happy.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Let me ask you a quick question.
Okay.
Name me an average quarterback who's made big-time money, who's made it to a Super Bowl or won a Super Bowl.
Has it made or give me that question? The money arrangement.
Name me one average quarterback who's got paid big time money and has made it to a Super Bowl or won a Super Bowl.
Has made to the Super Bowl. You're not saying has
an average
quarterback,
an average QB who's been paid big time money who has made a Super Bowl or who has won a Super Bowl.
Patrick Mahomes.
He's not average.
You're saying above average. The wording here makes it difficult to answer this question. All right, because
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I was just saying you can go down through the years. There's lots. Yeah, every quarterback that makes a Super Bowl is not elite.
Hurts is better than Purdy.
No, I mean, but to answer your question, you don't have to. Every quarterback that goes to Super Bowl is not elite, and there's been some guys that have won.
I mean, that's above average QBs. I'm saying average.
And one thing you got to understand though, the market is what's dictating people getting paid as far as quarterbacks go. It's just where.
Yeah, but we don't have to follow the market.
No, I mean, you get rid of the quarterback.
We've been to a Super Bowl with Jimmy G. Like, come on, we've been there with
Brock
too.
And also,
yeah, but he was making what, $1 million?
Well,
now he won 60.
Mike,
That's
bring this back. I want to talk about this some more, but we got to go now. Meantime, Merry Christmas and great debate. Let's see you again. All right.
All right, man. Take it easy, man.
You too. Night,
I want.
Omar. Omar, Florida, Omar.
Hey, man, how are you?
Omar, it's Christmas time, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Goodwill toward men. Omar!
Yeah, man. What's going on, brother? How are you, man? It's nice to hear from you, man. It's nice to call in. This awesome show. It's not on good terms because our team's not doing.
Because I know ladies on the East Coast.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, man. This has been heartbreaking, man. You know, like I just can't believe our season's gonna end up like this. And you know, there's a lot to blame. The coaching, the plays, especially the play calling. This year's been horrendous, man. Listen, let me ask you a question. In 2019, the play calling then and the play calling now, is it a difference or not?
No, there's a difference. And there's a lot of reason for that, too.
Big difference?
Yeah.
It's definitely a big difference.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, we were hitting home runs, man. Now we ain't hitting anything. It's just where, you know, like, are we this bad or it's just we got no guys? I don't understand, man. Does it make any sense? I know we have no running back. We got Patrick Thomas out there. I don't even know who the hell that guy is.
Yeah, no, see, there you go. There's your answer right there. Omar, we're not dealing with the same bevy of weapons as we did at that time. Also, defenses have adjusted to a lot of what we do. You see how Debo has been shut all the way down? Now, if you're a DC, you'd better come up with a plan or the 49ers will kill you. And they've done it. What's his name in Minnesota demonstrated that at the beginning of the season. Kyle's got to rearrange some things, and I do blame him for that. But he's got to change some things now because everybody's sitting back waiting and he's doing everything we're going to do.
You know, and then I hear this nonsense about Brock. You know, he's trying to get money, whatever. Listen, franchise tag the guy, make him play out his year, and see what he can do the next year. I wouldn't pay him at all. That would be a huge mistake. I'm sorry, it would be a huge mistake. Not right now. Not right now. Our offensive line is terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. The guy's getting killed, man.
Yeah.
And he's not at fault for that. I'm not defending him either. I'm just telling you, he's an average quarterback, dude. His arm, he doesn't. We need a guy with a strong arm, dude. I don't know. I was thinking the quarterback from Alabama. I mean, we're hitting the draft, man. I guarantee you this. We're going to hit home runs in the draft again. I can promise you this. We will be back. I'm telling you.
No,
I'm positive about it.
I mean, if for no other reason,
I think we're going to come back.
Then the guys
I
who
really
are
think
out,
we're going to come back, Ronbo.
Exactly. If for no other reason, if the guys that are out come back, this is something that a lot of people are hating on the team right now, or should I say, just don't appreciate the team. They're not considering all the guys that aren't playing. Omar, really, do you think if McCaffrey's on the field, if BA's on the field, if a healthy Trent Williams is on the field, do you really think we'd be losing?
Yeah, it's a whole different team. Absolutely. It's a whole different team because you got those Pro Bowlers, all pros that are missing. Well, it's a big difference now.
But they're part of our team. They're part of our team. And just subtract them from the equation and decide that we should keep rolling in the same fashion, that's asking a little much, don't you think?
Maybe. Yeah, it's hard because those guys ain't out there. So we're playing with backups. I don't want to say no name guys. I don't want anybody's feelings. I'm just saying,
backups to backups.
You know, I think they should go ahead and play Cowing. I think they should try him out again, man. You know, like you never know what could happen, man. You got to put him in to find out. I mean,
you might see him this weekend.
He hasn't got much. I mean, the kickoff thing, I think you should just nip that in the bud. That's not working. So I think you should just try him out a wide receiver. I said, what do you have to lose? The season's over anyway.
I know.
I'm just saying, listen, man, like before I go, because I don't want to hold up too much time. I don't have other callers. I think fine, get some free agents, hit some guys in the draft. I think we really go hit the draft hard, man, and hit the draft running. I think we can hit some home runs here. Yeah. I think they're going to draft a quarterback. I will guarantee that they will draft.
Usually they do every year anyway, but
But like I said, we need to go draft the quarterback, and hopefully our scouts would do the due diligence about it and pick him up. Offensive line, obviously, that's number one priority across the board.
Right.
Definitely. We need a lot. So anyway, thank you for letting me call in, you guys.
Omar,
And thank you for your
appreciate you getting in there,
platform.
man. I see you all the time on the
appreciate
chat.
you and yes, I always, I try to follow you guys as much as I can, but I want to say like a Merry Christmas to everybody, all the faithful, stay faithful. I said we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah.
Man, let's go hit in the draft.
Here we go.
Take care.
And we need to do that anyway. Omar, appreciate you. Merry Christmas, fam.
Absolutely.
All right. See you later
Take
in the week.
care,
I
buddy.
got time.
Bye.
All right, night.
All right.
All right, Juice Man, you get one warning. There's no bigotry in here. We don't talk about people who have other sexual preferences than we do. Racism is out. I catch you picking on women. I don't even hesitate to drop you. Be careful, Rams fan. Be careful. I'm just telling all you guys, be careful. I've got no sense of humor about you people now. You talk a lot of trash, lies and everything else. You can do that, but you will not violate any of those other rules. All right. So as we're clear. Hey, Delvin Thomas, Purdy got Ronbo a Toyota truck because he's dead. Hey. But I still say I want to see Brock Purdy one more time. I'm sorry, fam. From the first 2-3 years he came in blazing like he was, and we're gonna get on him now that he don't have all his weapons. I can't do it, fam. I can't join you in that. It's like, God, I'm trying to think of a situation. It's like you see the movie The 300. It's like what's the lead dude say? He goes in there with 100. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not fair. I mean, I got to see it with his guys. Then we'll talk. Bobo says, facts. Brock Purdy can't lead a game-winning drive. No, of course he can. We went to the Super Bowl. We did a lot of great things. And I do believe we were behind against both a really tough Detroit team last year and a really tough Green Bay team. And it wasn't all the defense because they were giving up that run like crazy. You know who the quarterback was when we came back in both those games? Mrs. Purdy's baby boy? That was Brock. Hey, Brian, come on in.
Hey, what is Ronbo?
Brian, man, we just sit back here and blaming people and wishing we weren't in this situation and getting mad. Brian, man, hey, but we losing that yesterday's game was really stupid. That was uncalled for. I mean, even with the situation, the condition we were in, all them flags did not have to be. And Jake Moody, for the love of God, you got one job. Do it. So, But what are you thinking?
Yeah. Ronbo. All right. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. All right. To the caller that said that Purdy was ranked third in pass protection.
Yeah.
I don't know. After seeing the way, what's the big lineman from Miami yesterday that kind of cut Purdy in half? Was it Calais? The big lineman
at the end of the game?
Yeah.
I mean, Purdy's body just folded and collapsed. I said, who the hell? I didn't even know who that was. And they said it's Calais Campbell. Oh my God. And that Calais was in there. And just like that, Purdy was trying to look for somebody to throw to. That's what people say. Well, Purdy missed it. Shit, do you realize what was coming at him and at the speed it was coming at him? He lucky to get that off.
Yeah, that's why I say I beg to differ on that. I mean, they are horrible. But Ronbo, would you honestly say I think the Niners, the last 2 years, they've kind of ignored the line. They kind of ignored addressing that line, because you got Trent Williams. He ain't no spring chicken.
No, by any stretch.
They did the guard that they got, Pooney, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Pooney, out of Kansas.
Yeah.
Now he was a solid pick.
Yes,
but I think Ronbo really, besides Trent Williams, I think Pooney might be the best lineman they had in a couple of years.
I agree. Because Jake Brindle at center is killing me. McKivitz is just over there because we don't have anybody else to put over there. And Aaron Banks has been getting on my nerves the last 2 years, even before he got hurt.
Banks is playing on life support. I mean, so I was like, man, I don't know. I agree with I try to get in. What was it? I think Sunday night. I agree with the caller. I said, no, don't give him no trucks. Don't give your old line on trucks. You better give him some weights. Give him some weights. Give him a diet plan. Give him a diet plan.
Diet plan, weights. You guys get pushed around by any and everybody.
Give him some boxing. Give him some boxing gloves. You know, man, that's ridiculous. But Ronbo, let me ask you another thing. Hey, okay, didn't it seem like our fullback? Now, the Niners of old, Juice. They've always been known. Yeah, Juice. Okay, so the Niners of old, they've always had. You know, they came up with Bill Walsh and the West Coast offense.
Yeah.
And you not only had to keep your eye on Jerry, but Roger Craig and Tom Rathman. You know, I mean, you had to account for them.
And don't forget about Taylor. Taylor would be a Hall of Fame if it wasn't for Jerry.
Yeah. Right. Taylor kill you, and not to mention, you know, Brett Jones, which is, you know, we have our tradition with tight ends. But it seemed like I think Juice has been underused. I think he's been underused
because
he's been running.
So
he
well.
runs. He Ronbo. Oh, I ain't lying. I don't know if I just saw him. I think he run like dummy routes. I don't even think is he involved in the offense. I don't even think he's involved in the offense enough. He's making $6 million.
He's
making $6 million a year.
Yeah, he's decoying a lot.
He's running a lot of decoy. I think, oh man, you need to. Now since our roster is depleted.
Yeah. Well, he's getting a lot of plays now. Yeah, you're right.
To get more out of it. Get more out of him. Since our roster is depleted, we down to our fourth and third and fourth string skill guys. I ain't talking about linemen. I'm talking about skill guys. You know,
like Travis Kelce gets way too much
Patrick
love.
Taylor is.
Yeah. Because I mean, George can give up Travis. It's just that George is not allowed to because unlike Travis, George blocks with one of the best on the team. We need him. He's got to get in line and block. I really hate that about that. We've always hated that.
George should. I think George, by all be possible, by the 49er gods, George should retire a 49er. They need to make it their business. George should retire a 49er. Fred Warner, he should retire as a 49er.
Don't send them dudes nowhere else, and don't force them to go anywhere else.
You do not. No, you do not send them. No, I'd rather move them upstairs than to send them to another team. Like, no. But yeah, I just wondered, Ronbo. I said, why doesn't Kyle Shanahan involve him? Like anytime, like we on 3rd and 1 or whatever, instead of giving it to CMC, give it to Juice.
They did that yesterday. Did you notice? Also, he went to Juice a little more often yesterday as well. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, yeah, but it was, but funny, Ronbo. It was just, you know, I was listening to you and I was watching the game and stuff, and you were just you were just kind of, you didn't get mad, you didn't get emotional or nothing like that. You was like, well, you know, it's over with. You know, it's over with.
Except for Jake Moody. It's hard to get mad at Jake Moody. Jake walks out on the field.
All you doing is kick the ball. That's all you do. Kick the ball.
He's got one job. Brian, all he does is come in every day. He gets his long snapper. He gets the punter, and they just work for whatever length of time they do. Rep after rep after rep. Jake can't do it.
Yeah. I'm with that caller. Yeah, man, our first 3 picks may need to be offensive linemen, the best offensive linemen we can find in the draft. You know, because like we don't get our skill guys until what, third or fourth round. We don't get our skill guys.
Well, not lately.
Until late rounds anyway.
Ricky P and BA were both first round picks. So you know,
Ricky
Pearsall.
Yeah, I know Ricky. Yeah, I know Ricky P. I think Ricky P should have that should have been a pick for a lineman. I'm sorry. There was a tackle. I knew there was a tackle out there somewhere.
The whole area.
Not no wide receiver.
Everybody did the same thing. What? Who's?
I could have named Ronbo. I could have named at least 3 other receivers that they should have picked if you're gonna go that route.
I know, right? That big dude they sent over to Carolina. I mean, I was with Ellis on that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Exactly.
We got to go though, fam.
By all means.
Yeah. Anyway, let me. I'll see you after Christmas. Yeah, it's Christmas coming up. Yeah, I'll see you after Christmas, fam.
Well, Ronbo, season's greetings. Shout out to you. Shout out to the faithful. Shout out to the productions. Merry Christmas, and the law is out.
Appreciate you, fam. Merry Christmas, Brian. The law.
All right.
He's
All right,
getting
Ronbo.
back in his car,
Right.
turning on that siren. Night, Brian. Hey, yo.
All right, Ronbo.
Night, fam. Steven.
Yeah, Ronbo, I've been waiting all night for this.
Steven, we could remember. I want to check out the 5th, 6th, and 7th worst offensive. No, 5. I see Bo Nixon again. I want to see the offensive lines that are down around 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I want to know, is that quarterback on life support? Because if our offensive line is good, there's.
Look at the
Go
Raiders.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Look at the Raiders.
Shit.
Prime example. Look at the Raiders.
Who?
That offensive line is so goddamn atrocious.
Oh, the Raiders? They
The
must
fact that-
they must be below
yeah.
us.
Ronbo, they injured Gardner Minshew.
I know.
They
I seen
couldn't
him
get
stretched
nothing
out.
going for them.
Yeah.
And Gardner Minshew is, he's a
moves
mobile
around.
QB.
I know.
Look at Jacksonville. Can't even guard Trevor Lawrence. And Trevor Lawrence, mobile QB.
And didn't they stretch
Look
him out?
at Tua Tagovailoa, the
Damn
king
near-
of CTE
damn near
and
killed
possible concussions for the rest of the future. Multiple times, Ronbo. So, if you're getting folded as bad as these players, how the hell are you supposed to get the ball out to your target?
That's why I
when
want to know.
all
I
of
want to know
these
about the
routes are
7th,
different.
8th, 9, and 10th offensive line. I don't even know. I didn't know who they are. All I know is Detroit's got a good offensive line. The Eagles got a good offensive line, and it makes sense that they're fighting for the best record in the NFL. Josh Allen doesn't need an offensive line. He's one of those guys. As soon as you come after Josh, he's out
a
of
freak.
here.
He's a freak of
You
nature.
know?
Josh Allen's a freak of nature, Ronbo. He's 6'2" or 6'4"
He's
or
more than that.
whatever. He's tall as
Josh
hell.
is about 6'5".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
About-
tall. He's
and
tall.
He weighs about
He's a monster.
260, 70 pounds.
Yeah, he's a tight end playing quarterback.
Exactly.
That's all he is. He's a tight end playing quarterback, and that's
He's
exactly
built like
what
an
we were
edge
hoping
rusher.
Trey Lance would be.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately,
that's
we
what Kyle was thinking too. Exactly.
Yeah. And not only that, but I don't know, Ronbo. Personally, fire the entire offensive line with the exception of Pooney and Trent, and then just find some angry Samoans. Just find some angry Samoans and just tell them, like, hey, bro, play tackle for the
They're usually
Find
any
that
Polynesian.
angry tackles.
Yeah, I like them when it comes to that. Actually, defensive line or offensive, you put a big Samoan anywhere in the trenches. And by the way, if you're Polynesian, that's not racist. I'm telling you right now, I'm worshiping your ability. That is a God blessed thing. Woo, God!
They are freakishly strong, Ronbo. You can have the
Natural,
chunkiest
too.
Polynesian
He don't
lift
they don't lift
300
no
pounds
weights.
easily.
Ah.
Man, I had a buddy of mine in elementary school. I grew up with him. He's skinnier than I am. He weighs like maybe 120, 5'6", 120, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 130 soaking wet. And he can bench 200 like it's nothing. I'm like, dude, man, I got to
That's
struggle.
the
I got to
scary
work.
part. When you see guys that they should be able to do what they're doing.
The plantains, Ronbo. It's all the plantains.
I know, right?
But
Dominican Republic, that's a
I mean,
favorite
look at
food
Puka
for guys
Nacua.
that get big. Yeah, Puka. Puka is strong for his size. You see him dragging people down the field? He's strong.
He's strong, man. He is no slouch. But you know what?
And Jesse
What
Sapolo?
needs to be addressed? Oh, yeah. Vita Vea?
Oh, hey! I wanted to draft him so bad that year, too. As big as he is,
We
you
all
know
did.
how
We were
powerful he is? Damn.
Here's the thing, too, Ronbo. Here's the thing. We either draft some really angry Polynesian for offensive line, or we find offensive lineman that's kind of like Trent, or a white offensive lineman who's like Randy Cross.
Yeah.
That's who I wanted to ask you about. Because Randy Cross was a monster. That dude was a real trench warrior.
I mean, and also we Harbaugh had a couple of guys too. I loved what was the Rhino's real name?
Boone?
Yeah.
Alex Boone?
Alex Boone, and also AD. if you did anything to hurt Cap and it looked like it was vicious, they would hunt you down for the rest of the game.
You also forgot one more key person.
The center.
What's his name? The other Polynesian man that was on that team on the offensive line. He went to the Seahawks.
As you say, though. See,
Starts with an S.
Fam, what was the big Polynesian's name playing for hardball next to AD? Anyway, one of the best run blocking dudes of all time. God, he could road grade. So him and AD road grade. That's why, man.
And back to what Brian said in the last call. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. However, we may have some disagreements. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is what I disagree with. Aaron Rodgers coming to the Niners.
Oh no,
that is my one disagreement.
No.
Because if you're gonna let go of Purdy, who's Mr. Irrelevant, now born, the second coming of Joe Montana supposedly, and you're expecting to take a pay cut by signing Aaron Rodgers, you're crazy. Because AD is gonna want that bag.
No,
He's up there in age.
Too much drama outside of football.
Too much drama.
No. Aaron stays wherever he ruined New York, and New York was already a shambles. He went in there and made matters worse. No. Mike,
he made it 10 times
worse. Hey, Emilio. Mike, you potty.
Mike, you potty. That's who it was. That man was rich. But you know who else? You know what else, Ronbo? If you're going to be smart in the draft, trade Debo, package him with Jake Moody, and move it to second round.
Okay, Steven, I want to ask you one question. If I called you and I said, "Hey, Steven, listen, let's make a deal, bro." Yeah, and you say, "What do you got in mind?" I'm gonna give you a Debo, okay, and I'm gonna throw Jake Moody in for good measure. What do you say? Wouldn't you hang up the phone on me?
I'd say, okay, Ronbo, if I'm the Raiders, I'm gonna take whatever you give me. If you give me Debo, I'm gonna take Debo. I don't care. I'm taking whatever you got.
If
I am a bot.
I mean, Debo, I think you can get a third-round pick for Debo, actually, at least, because he's getting a little older now. So,
I would take, if I'm a bottom barrel team and I'm in the first round of the draft, first, second, third round, Ronbo, whatever you give me. If it's a veteran that I know I can benefit off of, then I'm gonna take it. If you say, hey, I'm gonna trade you Debo and I'll give you Jake Moody as a package for your second round pick, I'm not gonna say no.
You got to pay those salaries. I mean, Debo's not getting. I mean, he's got another year in his contract at least, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's got another year, but I think if you trade him before, after,
that's right.
Something like that. I can't remember. It's a weird.
25 this year goes up to 28 next year.
Yeah, we got to get rid of him. Got to find a way to get rid of him.
Look at this. We ran out of time. Steven, always fun talking to you. We always go too long. I'll see you after Christmas, okay?
All right, well, we'll see you after Christmas. But I'll tell you what, though, I ain't sweating no more goddamn games. High blood pressure for here until next season.
If Jake Moody doesn't play, we'll be all right. All right, Steven, you're my best of the family. I hope you all have just a crazy good Christmas. All right, fam. Night, Steven. Thanks, fam. Oh, there it is. It's donut and tea. Get in there. Donut, Tanisha.
Sorry about that. Ronbo, can you come back to us? We just got done shopping.
I know, but you go ahead because it's Christmas time. Get that and get a big turkey this year. All right. I'll come back in a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Faithful, I'm about to say Merry Christmas to y'all. This is short and sweet. About to walk in this little store right here, live in Chico, California. And just want to say to all you Brock Purdy haters, quit hating on Brock Purdy. I got to go with Big Show. Man, it's an offensive and defensive line that the 49ers need to extend. And Debo, thank you for coming so late at the end of the season for finally showing your best game of the season. And everything else, we love y'all. And Merry Christmas. And we out, Ronbo.
Oh, I just realized you're just now walking the store. I thought, okay. Bam. Okay, I'm going to see you right after Christmas, though. All right, be looking for y'all.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from me and Tanisha, everybody. Yes. We love y'all.
Yeah, you know how we feel about you.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. All right, fam.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Merry Christmas. All right. Let's go there. Hey, Steven, with the incredible Mike. Steven.
Ronbo, I mean, before I start, can I go on a rant for a sec?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, chat. This might be a little loud, so lower your mics a bit.
Oh God.
What the hell is going on with this team, Ronbo? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? You're gonna lose to this Miami Dolphins that is shit, that doesn't score points.
Wait. The Rams will beg to differ. They beat the hell out of the Rams just 2-3 weeks ago. So yeah, they can score points. They got the right people. They can score. But I mean, it wasn't an excuse for us playing that bad a game yesterday. We had this problem, Steven. All right, go ahead with your rant.
Can you please fix your own line next year, please? Because if you don't fix it, it's gonna be the same problem every year. And by the way, Kyle, I know you were mad in the sideline. You drafted this kicker. You're the one who drafted him, and this guy sucks.
And they were excited about getting him. Didn't want to play Robbie. Yeah. Didn't even want to talk to him. Robbie says they wouldn't even answer his phone.
Wait, who?
The 49ers? Robbie wanted to play. He wanted to come back. He just wanted the 49ers to talk to him, give him an offer. They wouldn't even – Robbie, never mind, man. Thanks, but no thanks.
Like, can you at least win a game before the season ends? Like, I'm not.
Steven, I can answer that for you, just so you rest assured and relax about that.
Yeah.
The 49ers are going to lose the next 2 games. There's no doubt about it.
Oh my! Is that a prediction, Ronbo?
That's a promise.
Oh.
I mean, you according to our offensive line was number 3. Well, they will be moving up a number, down a number this week. They'll be moving down at least to number 4. So, with that said, and they're going to make Brock Purdy go out there and play anyway, he will be killed. And if he does, I'm going to say, Kyle, this is on you, okay? You knew what was going to happen if you put him out there, and now look. What are you going to do now? So, we'll I'm just saying, I hope he gets mildly, just maybe let's see. What can you hurt, Steven, that'll heal up without any problems? Brock's shoulder's been hurt too many times. I want him to get something just lightly hurt and that he can't play for the next 2 weeks. This way, you can't put him out there. Because unlike people who don't like Brock Purdy, I like Brock Purdy. And I like what the offense looks like with him when he's got all his people. So, no wins.
It's been a disappointing season, but Purdy hasn't played good this season so far.
He's looked awful. I mean, I see this. Debo's looked awful. Who else? We got several guys that looked awful this year. He ain't by himself. JJ's about the only good player on offense that I can really applaud. Juwan Jennings. George Kittle's done a great job. Everybody else is okay. Some average, some below average. But that's it.
And please, fix this defense. Fix it. Like, jeez.
Don't get me started on that.
You still can't tackle? Mm-hmm. You still can't tackle. Man, put me out there and I'll freaking...
Steven, you would do. You know what? You couldn't do any worse. I mean, you know what? Early on in the season, they weren't bad in the defensive line as far as stopping the run, and then all of a sudden they got softer and softer by the week. I say, yeah, you guys. Ooh.
Oh, and we're getting our ass kicked on Monday.
Hey, it's gonna be a bloodbath. I'm scared. I really am.
I am too.
Because Detroit is trying to stay in the running for top seed, so they're not going to come in there resting anybody. Because Minnesota is right there with them. They're both 12, 13, and 2, something like 12. Yeah. Anyway, they got to win. They have to win. Because Eagles have already messed up. The Eagles have lost the 3rd game, so they're not in the derby anymore for top seed. That was an exciting derby until they busted Jalen Hurts up. Now he can't play. I mean, he might play, but I think Washington. I wonder what Washington did to the Eagles with that win. They didn't see that one coming. Hell, I thought it was over too before that pass. I mean, wow, Washington looks legit. MG, don't take it. MG, don't take me to heart, man, because they look legit. You don't. But that team looks. I'm gonna have to pull for them in the playoffs. But go ahead.
And Ronbo, I can't wrap my head around it. Like the Rams are gonna win the division. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Don't even worry about it.
Is this a dream right now? Like
they're not going to beat the Lions. They're certainly not going to beat the Eagles, and they're not going to beat Minnesota. They did beat Minnesota in the year, but that was before Minnesota got it full altogether. As soon as Minnesota learned how to play together, because remember they got that 3 guys that don't know anything about each other in the beginning of the season. They know about each other now, and the Rams don't have a damn person that can stop. I hope JJ will go off, and that other wide receiver as well, that tight end. Darnold's gotten really special. They're not beating many again. And the defense in Minnesota, come on, man. They did struggle, though, against the Hawks this past game, though. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Are you are you positive in optimism that this team might be back this next year? Or
no doubt. There's no doubt. Yeah. This is what happened last time. I'm just going by what happened last time. Last time we went to the Super Bowl, we came back and looked like butt cheeks. This year we came back and we're looking like them same booty cheeks again. I'm not surprised. I'm bothered. But at the back of my mind, I said after that season ended, oh, God, we really needed to win that Super Bowl so they could take the year off. Well, we didn't win the Super Bowl, and they still took the year off. And injuries occurred as if they did as they did last year, this year, after that last Super Bowl. Guys were dropping like flies. Every game, we were saying, remember that week? I said, every week, if we could just get 1 week where nobody gets hurt. Didn't happen. We led the league that year in injuries. We're next to Detroit this year in injuries as well. So this is pretty much could have been predicted. And they'll come back next year fresh and motivated and ready to go. And Lord help the rest of the NFL. The 49ers are going to be ready next year. I promise that.
And I think it's the best because, Super Bowl is going to be at Levi's next year. So that'll be really...
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You talk about supercharged, motivated, and ready to go. Especially, I need this BA to be able to come back because I know CMC is coming back. I know Trent Williams is coming back.
And Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay.
We just
I do something about that defense, so.
Yeah, the problem is the online. Like maybe in the draft, we can get someone,
Well, that's always the case. So you got to try to get something in the draft, though. I was impressed with this past draft. That's the best draft they've had in a long time.
Yeah.
With 3 kids coming out that played a lot this year. Pony, Mustafa, the other cornerback. Anyway, if they pick up another couple of pieces this year, if they could pick up a couple of guys on offense, give me 1 killer defensive lineman, and then get a good offensive lineman, I'll consider that draft a success, no matter how many picks we got.
What about any trades? Any trades, you think?
Who would you trade? Now that you mention it, real quick, because we're almost out of time. Actually, I know what you're thinking. You could get something for Debo. You could actually get something for George Kittle, but that's going to hurt the team. See, some of the better players we got, I don't want to see them go. But you get a 2nd round pick for George, especially George, possibly a 1st, and maybe a 3rd for Debo.
Yeah.
No, we'll see.
I was kind of laughing when Kyle threw his pad. I was like,
"Oh man, you cannot trade Jake Moody. Forget it." Yeah. Hey, man, we got to go though, fam. Steven, I see you after Christmas. Merry Christmas, fam.
Before I go, I just want to say, Merry Christmas, Rumble, and I hope you have a good holiday.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I'm gonna bake you some New York steak and some bread.
you just use a broiler, and listen. If it's still bleeding, that's where I want it. Anything, if it's not bleeding, throw it away.
Okay. I'll see you this week then, after Christmas.
All right, fam.
Okay.
All right, Steven. You too. We get Chris here. Yep. Chris Cool, we're a cup of coffee on me. Tough, very weird season. Happy holidays. Tis, tis, tis. The season will be back next year. Yeah, I feel very confident about that. The 49ers aren't going to go back-to-back seasons getting hurt like this. At least that didn't happen last time. Remember, we bounced back last time at that season and we got right back into the NFCCG. We can't go in crippled. And then we start blaming and picking out people to get rid of. The 49ers are one big machine. If any part is missing of a successful machine, it's still not going to work. So you get rid of Brock Purdy and bring in another quarterback. Guaranteed fail. And it's just clearly going to be a fail. Why? First of all, you don't know what you're getting. 2, he's going to have to come in and learn Kyle's playbook and be able to function in it. 3, he's got to develop a chemistry. We don't have time for that. It's just not going to happen. I just don't see it. Chris Coolwell, thanks for that contribution, fam. Hey, yo, Eric.
How's it?
Eric, you know, are we all going to be sitting here watching Christmas pissed off? Eric, you play the Rams this week, don't you?
No, next week. This week we have Bills. Thursday.
Did you say the Bills?
No, Chicago.
Oh, Bulls. You can win that game. Wait a minute. Oh, Geno's okay now. No, you can beat Chicago. Yeah. You play the Rams the last game. You play the Rams the last week of the season.
Yep.
There's not a Niner fan in the Empire that's not going to want to watch. I mean, we'll be watching that game. So, Eric, if you win that game, we'll be laying praises on you after that game like you've never heard in your life. They're just running around talking major. They're just running smack like a. I mean, if there was a market for smack running, they would be the Kings. God. All right,
yeah, we gotta. I guess we gotta win this week first. Yeah. Wait.
Because
we might need them to lose this week also. I'm not sure.
What, the Rams?
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
Who do they have this week again?
I don't think it's anybody they can't handle. From what I remember on the schedule, this is one of the things that's going to help the Rams in. They don't have to play anybody except your team. I think last week and this week. Oh, they should. The Jets. Come on, man. Everybody beats the Jets. I don't know who they play this week. But I don't think it's too difficult a team or a tough team. Anyway, anything can happen on Sunday, has been proven time and time again. So, we'll see. They got momentum going right now.
Yeah.
I suspect they'll
win. They'll be right with you guys, to be unfortunately.
Wait, what you said? Who's going to say one more time? Because I was talking, I couldn't hear you.
We're probably going to be hitting. If they're not playing anybody, there's a good chance that we're going to be sitting there on the couch with you guys.
I know. Oh, they got the Cardinals and Hawks. You know something, Eric?
That's possible.
Yeah. I mean, that's them beating the Cardinals is not a given. And for sure, you know what? You guys could end up playing for the division. If you get into that game and knock their loud, smack-talking ass out, you will get VIP treatment in this chat from now on. Woo! God! And they would not be able. They could come in here, but they might as well be on mute. What do you mean the Rams clinched? Oh, yeah, it's lost though. Wait a minute, with 2 losses, are you 2 games behind them?
It's possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't count.
How many wins do they have again?
We got 9 at least. Yeah, you guys got 6?
Nah, I think we got. Hang on. I think we have about the same, but since they got the edge, since they got tie break, it might be more bad.
Yeah. No, yeah, if you're 3 games out, forget it. Behind them. But if it was 2 games, see, because that means the heads up competition, if you win, they'd have to factor in some more numbers. And by that, I know the Rams got way more stats. 'Cause you guys started off the season gaining stats that they couldn't even keep up with.
Yeah.
I'm not taking you away from anything. I'm going to go look at. I'm talking to Juice Man on the chat. I'm not taking Juice Man stats from that. I'm going to go look it up myself. Because the Rams fans are just they're in science fiction world. Go ahead.
It's only came out. Yeah, it's possible.
Did you say 1 game behind the Rams?
1 game.
Shh. Juice Man, you better go back to class. Your math is off, buddy. If you're 1 game behind and you lose this week and the Hawks win, you better believe it's tied. What are you, crazy? Or just mathematically challenged? He said, well, we got to clinch. No, you're not getting in as a wild card. Oh, no. Okay. You got to win the division as a Ram.
At the end of the day, they do have, unfortunately, and probably what this other guy's looking at is that they beat us in Seattle, so unless something happens back there, they have the edge. But,
you haven't played them twice, though.
No. No, we only played them once.
No. If you beat them in L.A., game even up. And then they got to go with another card now to figure out how they're going to send to the playoffs. They don't get any edge for beating. No, if the record is the same and you both split, I don't get no nod. Doesn't work like that. Anyway, we'll worry about that when it happens. I can't wait. Win, you guys, Hawks. You guys got to win out. All right, the Rams got to play both you and the Cardinals. That is not going to be a cakewalk, especially with the Cardinals. No.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Cardinals already beat the hell out of them.
Yeah, they're going to be upset also.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. All right. What else you want to add, Eric?
Well, have a great Christmas, everybody.
Hey, Eric.
It's big.
All right.
Is there going to be a show on Friday? Or?
Yeah, because let's because there's gonna be a lot of football on between now and you have a Thursday game, don't you?
Yeah. So we'll know a bit more about what we need on Thursday night.
Yeah. Well, while Juice Man's in it, we got it clinched. What? We ain't gonna lose. See, I love when Rams fans talk like this because then when they do lose, hey, yo, bruh, didn't you promise us you was gonna win? Uh-oh. Makes my day. All right. Yeah, Eric, we'll know then. Thursday. Yeah, Thursday.
All right. Have a good night, buddy.
You too. Night-y. Merry Christmas.
Night, buddy. Thank you. Thank you.
Here's Eric. And now let's go out to Tennessee, where he is the king of the lair, the top dragon. He breathes more fire than any building burning down. He is Papa Dragon.
Oh. Merry Christmas, Ronbo. Have you been a good boy this year?
Hell no. But I know you'll give me a chance to defend
myself. And that's why you got a bunch of red and gold coals in your stocking.
Make sure they're glowing from paint. The last time that happened, I had to buy a new house.
Hey, I have to admit, I was not expecting a year like last year. I thought last year was the year that was the year that we had to have it.
We did.
That was the year.
No.
That was the year, and I knew it had to be that year and I was going to pick the 49ers until I saw Kyle's high ass during an interview session. And I was like, let me get this right. You're sitting here stoned on national television slurring your words. You guys got a crappy practice field, and you expect to win.
Yeah.
I was like, nah. We're gonna lose this game because of your high ass. You and Debo.
And while they were in there getting high, don't forget the guy that came in the middle of the night with that fire alarm. I mean, on a bad field, Kyle doing drugs.
You would have to,
you know.
Hey, you would have to expect that. If you don't expect stuff like that, then you deserve to have a fire alarm pulled on you.
You know,
they should have had security on every single floor. Been waiting for it. You should have been waiting for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You should have been waiting for that.
We would have done it to them if we got a chance. I know.
You know who I blame for this fiasco?
Who?
Jed.
The one
he has said something that just made a bunch of 49ers just shake their heads, man, when he sat there and said, oh, the season would have been successful even if we lost the NFC Championship game. I'm like, no, it's successful for your bank account.
And I don't know
if that's
why
what you mean by
that.
success.
That was unprofessional. I cannot believe he said that either. That just still resonates.
So I blame him. He's the guy at the very top. He's the one that just keeps writing these checks that don't make no sense. Just keeps doling them out. You know, you got what do you got, over $100 million, $150 million just sitting in an infirmary right now? This was a bad year.
Yeah.
This was bad.
I mean, to say the least.
No matter how you look at it, no matter how you slice it, this was a bad year. And I'm not even pissed off about the team playing bad. I'm just saying, in general, it was a bad year. People losing family members, people getting shot. What else do you want?
I mean,
I'm serious. What else do you want?
Anything that happened to us. I mean, the only thing we didn't see is somebody get rattled out in the middle of the street by a car. And you know what? The season ain't over yet. Jesus.
We've been watching football for a long time, Ronbo. Have you ever seen an off-season and off-the-field distractions as bad as this?
Well, T.O. was pretty fun, but not like this.
No. T.O. T.O. showed up to practice.
Yeah, he did.
And he showed up to games. All thing T.O. did was run his mouth.
Oh, no, right?
That's what T.O. did. T.O. didn't do anything wrong.
In fact, made me laugh. I was a huge fan.
I love me. I'm surprised.
Some me.
Hey, can you imagine if social media was around there with T.O.?
Oh, T.O. would have been a viral baby boy.
Oh, come on.
With the Sharpie incident.
It'd be a viral meme every 5 minutes.
Push-ups in the driveway.
He'd be live.
T.O. You in the driveway with no shirt on doing push-ups. You did that on purpose. God, he was.
And Terrell Owens, he just scored a touchdown. He runs out to the Dallas Star. He's TikToking.
I'm that favorite. Who was that smacked him off that star? Was that?
No, it was Emmett. No, it wasn't Emmett.
Was it
was
Emmett?
Safety.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Emmett. No, Emmett did run back out to the star and slam the ball down. No. Hey. No, it wasn't Emmett. He ran out to the cylinder star and slammed the ball down on it, but the guy who hit him was a safety. All right. I just can't remember his name. Say my life.
I'm in tears laughing because he knocked T.O. completely out of the camera frame.
I want to make my point here real quick as best I can.
Oh,
a lot of people are making this point to say, okay, Purdy should go. Some people saying Purdy should stay. There's one statistic that matters, folks. It's just one. It doesn't matter how good the offensive line is or isn't. It doesn't. It doesn't matter how many balls you drop. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean tackles you break or you don't break. What matters is scoring touchdowns. Last year, between McCaffrey, between Ayuk, and between Debo, between the three of them, they scored 40 touchdowns. This year, they scored 3. It's enough said. It doesn't matter if they're like the fifth-ranked offense or sixth-ranked. It don't matter if you're not scoring points. If I'm a defensive coordinator playing the 49ers and they run up and down the field on me for 400 yards, but only give up 12 points or 20 points, to me that's a victory. Which brings me back to my most important point. You know, they held the Kansas City Chiefs below 20 points.
I know, right? There's no way you lose that game holding them down that low.
Below that. And let me ask you a question. Has Kansas City Chiefs been running the score up since then? No. People know how to play them now. They know how to play them. So since people know how to play them, they make Kansas City fight the whole game.
Yeah.
Right? There's no quick plays. There's no 70-yard bombs. That doesn't happen no more. You're going to have to go down the field. Right? And it's the same thing with us. We can't beat man coverage. That's what we're going to see every week. Man coverage. Except for Chicago. They're like, oh, hey, it's the 49ers. Let's run zone. I bet the other fool Purdy. Purdy ate their ass up. He loves zone.
I know.
He loves zone.
And I can't believe DC didn't know that.
No, absolutely. So what matters the most right now is scoring touchdowns. You cannot be an elite quarterback and not score touchdowns. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is.
And that's going to have to be.
You can't be that.
Always the case. I mean, you know, that's why you got to have your man beater.
You can't.
Because when him and B.A. was on the field
together, it doesn't matter about a man beater.
Well,
it don't matter about a man beater.
If you're going to play man defense, if I got nobody out there that could beat man defense, you're right. I don't. Brock's
you do got somebody out there. You know what his name is?
Who?
You know what his name is?
Kyle Shanahan.
His name is George Kittle. His name is George Kittle. Last week in 3 quarters, okay, with about 2.5 quarters, Kittle had like 2 targets and 2 catches. Right?
Hey, JJ's as mad as he is. He didn't get any.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general. The reality is the best player on your team can't get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening.
But,
you know, Pearsall's running 100-something routes and getting 2 catches out of 100-something routes ran.
You know,
no matter how you...
That's why my argument about the offensive line's got to do a little better job. I don't care if they're number 1. They've got
They
to.
do.
If that's how bad things are.
They absolutely do.
He's got to be able to get some time.
They do, but hey, Sherman's right. Richard Sherman's right. He's straight up. He was just like, look, man, only people worth keeping is Cooney and Trent. You need to replace everybody else. You need to draft somebody, draft the right tackle in the first round.
Did Sherm say that?
Draft the center in the second round, and go get you a guard in free agency. He's right.
Pop,
right? But the stats are misleading.
Yeah, I agree.
The stats are misleading.
We got to roll.
This whole best offensive line, that's a whole load of crap. We know what we're looking at.
Yeah.
We know what we're looking at out there.
And the number 1, 2, and 3.
We know what we're seeing.
Yeah, that defensive line's on that quarterback like that. I don't care if they're number 1. That's too fast.
Yeah, Purdy got blew up by Calais Campbell in 2 interceptions. But you know what? You know what's not on that stat sheet?
Good.
That he got blew up. And he's throwing the ball by a guy that's 6'8".
Don't just say he got stacked. He got blew up. Bob, we got to go before production throws us both off the phone. I'm going to see you. Merry Christmas, fam. And get our best to Bam and Boom.
Merry Christmas.
Dragon.
Merry Christmas to you, man. Merry Christmas, man. Thanks for the platform. Merry Christmas to you and production. And guys, be safe out there and God bless you.
Yes, indeed. No holiday tragedies.
And God bless those 49ers because they need it.
Well,
really God bless the 49ers. They need it.
But they ain't winning Sunday. The Lord ain't paying no mind. All right.
No, I don't want them to win. I just want them to heal. Lord,
I just want
heal
them to survive.
Because right now, winning's not even important. Winning's not important, right? They need to heal.
True.
Night.
All right, Pam. Night, Pop. Jalen.
What's going on?
Jalen, the same misery from week 1, Jalen. But I'm saying ain't nothing changed since OTAs. Everything's been going downhill, and we have finally, you know how Wile E. Coyote drops off that cliff, and you see his body disappear, and you see a little puff of smoke at the base of the hill. Wile E. Coyote might be too old for you. And my band Goofy, when Goofy'd fall off a cliff, I had a thing about characters in cartoons falling off of cliffs. I don't know why I was so amused as a child. But Goofy falling off a cliff was my favorite of all time. Let me give you the sound that Goofy made as he was dropping down that cliff. And you know what's so funny? Because my mom used to get up and come and turn the TV on because laying on the floor. That's I was overly amused by that kind of foolishness. Jalen, you sound serious, so go ahead. I know who you're going to start on. Go ahead.
Well, buddy, here's the thing. I'd be lying if I said I thought the 49ers were going to this year. Because at the beginning of the season, I predicted we weren't going to win about 9 games.
Yeah, you
if
did.
If you could ever find that list where you broke down where we predicted the 49ers records, I predicted us winning around 9 games, Ronbo. I picked us to lose about 7.
We ain't going to win that. We're not winning 9 games. What are we at right now? Aren't we at 6 or 7?
I think we have 7 right now. I mean, if we somehow get 2, I mean, we might get to 8, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Who we gonna beat? Yeah, you beat Detroit.
I mean, we could beat the Cardinals.
Well, maybe. Okay. We got 7 right now. I stopped looking at the record. It nauseates me.
I think we got 7.
Okay.
Because we beat the what's their name?
Chicago.
Yeah, we beat.
Because they haven't beat anybody since then. Yeah.
See, I knew the 49ers weren't going to be good. I knew we weren't going to be able to beat Detroit or the Packers or the Eagles. But damn it, Ronbo, how the do we go 1-4 in the sorry-ass NFC West? How we can't even beat the Rams, Cardinals, and Seahawks, man?
That is embarrassing. And we barely lost to all of them. So
that's what I'm saying,
It was
winnable.
True. Because even as bad as we are, we're not that kind of bad. Just, we helped it for the most part. We facilitated every last one of those wins in the division. The Rams wouldn't have beat us if Ronnie Bell makes that catch. In this last game, Debo, you catch the ball, we win. No. Both of them, Ronnie Bell and Debo.
The Seahawks, Ronbo.
I love it.
Seahawks,
a last-minute win, a last-second win, actually. I don't know what to tell you about those. And the Cardinals, they just
yes, Ronbo. We scored 0 points in the second half versus the Cardinals.
Yeah.
That's
and we couldn't do nothing with Connor. And actually, as a matter of fact, Connor wasn't really the quarterback.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler wasn't really wearing us out, but Connor was.
Well, you remember Kyler Murray had that touchdown at the beginning of the game from like 60 yards. When he ran it from like 60 yards. And he put his hand up at the 50-yard line.
I mean, Kyler ran. I was so embarrassed. I said, Kyler, man, I wish somebody throw and hit you with it. And he jogged in, Jalen. He wasn't even running full speed. He got his hand up, waving to the crowd, and jogging in.
Yeah.
No respect.
For all of you delusional clowns coming in here constantly saying, Kyle's got to work on the offensive line. Hey, Kyle's been my head coach for 8 seasons now. I'm just going to hit y'all with some knowledge. He ain't finna fix that offensive line. He's not going to do it. He's going to go get another wide receiver. He's going to get a running back. He's going to get a tight end. He's going to do what the hell he wants.
Okay, but he better not get him first. He better get an offensive lineman or a trench man.
Ronbo, what? You think Kyle Shanahan, who just saw his quarterback go down in 2023 against the Eagles, is going to get another offensive lineman? No, Ronbo. Well, he's about to draft a wide receiver.
I wish.
Why would he listen? Why would he draft an offensive lineman, Ronbo? Has he done it?
Well, no.
Has he drafted an offensive lineman? Has he focused on the O-line? No. If the man ain't done it in 8, Ronbo, eventually we have to understand something. If somebody ain't shown something in 8 years, that's just who they are. There is no more they're going to learn. That's just who they are.
Reminds you, what's the definition of insanity?
Yeah. Constantly doing the same thing, expecting the same result, Ronbo. I mean, Ronbo, this man ain't finna change. So, guys, stop coming in here saying he's got to do this. He's not going to do it. We know he's going to do something stupid in the draft. He's going to take a quarterback. He's going to take a wide receiver. He's going to take everything but what we need. I promise you. He does it every year. Every single year. Every year.
Yeah.
So, Ronbo, when was the last time he focused on the offensive line? When? He ain't going to do it.
I can't recollect.
He's not.
No, it's not. That's never been a priority.
Ronbo, you drafting one guy in the draft is not focusing on the offensive line. When you take a year to legitimately pick up 3 guys on the line, that's focusing on the offensive line. This guy ain't focused on his offensive line. We still running with Trent Williams, an old Trent Williams, and a carousel on the right side, Ronbo.
Yeah, and his legs about to be elevated at all times, I heard. Oh, my God.
Like Ronbo, this is ridiculous. And we got fans thinking that we finna come back next year with a brand new revamped line. No, we ain't. We finna pop the same team out here again.
What I'd like to see is healing. I want these guys, bring everybody back.
Ronbo, they going to be healthy, but that offensive line going to be the same. Ain't nothing finna change, Ronbo. This man ain't changing. He's not going to change, Ronbo. It's been 8 years, Ronbo. By now, you got to Ronbo. 8 years in, Debo is not a good wide receiver. It ain't changing. It's not.
But you know what?
He's not going to become a better wide receiver.
You got to make an exception. Some players who do things especially well, you got to appreciate him for that. Now, on his calling card or his business card, it should not say wide receiver. It should just say OW, offensive weapon. That's pretty much it. But he's specializing in wide receiver.
But this team, this was probably one of the most disappointing years I've ever watched.
Yeah.
See, that 2017, 2018, we were dog shit. I looked at the rosters. I knew we weren't going to do nothing.
Yeah, I know.
But, Ronbo, this was a year where we were in a lot of games and we just blew them.
Yeah.
We blew them.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Ronbo, there ain't no excuse for...
And this is what happens when you go... You get tired of kicking the NFL's ass. You know, I mean, the 49ers went 5 out of 6 years in total domination. There's been no team in the last 20 years that has been as productive as far as getting to the show and getting to the big time as much as the 49ers. There's other teams that have done some things. Other than the Patriots. But other than that, the 49ers
We've been good
things.
4 out of 8, Rombo. I'm not.
No, I'm just saying, Harbaugh era. You a couple of years, took a break. You went into Shanahan's era. Before that, even Mooch was winning games. The thing is, we haven't been getting to the promised land and getting it done. But as far as the rest of these teams talking trash, they are below our shoes. So they have no room to talk. So we're still superior. So you got to figure like this, Jalen. You could be a fan of those teams. That's worse.
A fan of who?
Teams like the Rams.
The Rams got a ring, Rombo. That was not a very good team.
They got for your age group, they got a ring. But as far as winning, they bought one championship. Good Rams. Okay. Beyond that, they're not doing anything special. You know?
I mean, Rombo,
the Hawks aren't. The Hawks have been. The Hawks are the ones you look at. They did some things. They owned us for how long? See,
Rombo, damn it, they still own us. If I'm being real with you, Rombo, you do realize?
Yeah, you sound awfully depressed. No, they don't. That ownership ended 4 years ago.
No. Rombo, they swept us back in 2022 and 2021. What are you talking about? Rombo, the Seahawks have had a lot of success over us recently.
Whoa, Jalen, I got to go back and look. They didn't be.
Rombo, in 2021.
Wait. We came out of the Super Bowl.
No, that was the year that we.
We came out 2020. We came out, had a bad year. The following year, 2021, Jalen.
We lost them in 2020.
We got swept that year. Russell Wilson was still there, wasn't he? Yeah. Russell, yeah. Well, you know what?
Russ
been
got us, Rombo.
Well, yeah. No,
Russ got us before he left.
Russ got us after he went to Denver in a 10. What was the score? 10 to or 11 to 10 or something.
It was like 9 to 12 or something.
But the rest of these teams, I mean, they're not in our class. They escape and they get away here and there. But beyond that, no.
Rumble, why are we not number one in the NFC West right now? Just be real with me.
Jalen, you know why.
Because we
just don't want to acknowledge it.
Suck?
Well,
is it because we
amongst
suck?
Other things, yeah.
Man, it ain't no excuses to blow a 10-point lead to these teams, Rombo.
Jalen, we're way over time. Let me see you after Christmas, all right?
Oh,
it'll get better. You'll be fine. You gotta just wait till next season.
Rombo, right? It can't get no worse than getting swept by the Rams. So hopefully it does get better.
Jalen, we gotta go. We're gonna get thrown off. Let me give you a holler. All right, Jay. See, hey, Merry Christmas, Jalen. Brian says, And Ronbo and my 49 family have a great Christmas. You too, Brian. And it's of course we gotta have what would the holiday season be but without a good stand-up comedian? It's Marketing Pro and his partner Hennessy.
Yo, Ronbo, what it do, player?
Where's that dog?
You know what I'm saying? Market Pro heading to the liquor store. The Niner dog chilling at the house, just like the 49ers this playoff season. He's just chilling. You know, he's got a lot of time on his hands.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Hennessy bottle was on a quarter. You know, so
you got a speaker open.
Get another bottle for this.
You're getting feedback.
I'm rolling in the ride. I'm cruising in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You
hold on.
Bring the volume down a little bit.
I'll get you back on. How about now, player?
Oh, that works perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what it is, Ronbo. It is what it is. You know, this time of the year, you call it McVay season. You know, Sean the Genius McVay, Bill Walsh reincarnated. It's that season, and the Rams are dangerous juggernauts. And the chat already knows that. Ronbo knows that. And Ronbo, by the way, the 49ers not making the playoffs is a good thing because Devo still got it. He was just a little worn down from the back-to-back seasons playing in the playoffs. You know, that takes a toll. So now your team can regroup, heal up, retool. You guys don't need to rebuild. That's just stupidity, whoever's saying that. Just need to get together a couple of pieces, and you're back in the game, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
just like the Eagles.
Yeah. You know, you can have a bad year. Doesn't mean it's done. It's not over.
It's not the end of the road for the 49er fans, so y'all need to chill a little bit. You know what I mean? Listen to an expert like Marketing Pro, because my source is always working. You know what I'm saying?
What's your first name of that source? Hen. Last name is C.
Yo, you know, and by the way, Cam Newton said that Brock Purdy's going to get the market value, so the good news for Purdy fans, he will be back, and he's going to get the market value because the 49ers got nowhere to go. You ain't got a high enough pick to get a good quarterback.
Well, yeah.
And
I keep telling people
the only thing you can do is...
Well, then what?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, you know. So Brock Purdy is going to be the guy for at least a couple years. Maybe here's the thing. Cam Newton said he's going to get that $50 million. That's what he said. It's the market.
Yeah.
Because
Trevor Lawrence, how much did Trevor get? Didn't Trevor get paid more than that?
And Trevor Lawrence went autistic on the Jaguars. I mean, I take Purdy over Lawrence.
You know, I mean, and Tua got paid, but Tua is a liability. I mean, I really hope nothing happens to him. But Tua's got one hit away from whether he wants to quit or not. All right. I got Jordan Love's earning his money. Who else just got paid?
Let's see. Hurts. Didn't Hurts, what's his name?
Jalen got paid
Hurts
last
got the
year.
bag.
Well, he got paid last year.
What about the what's his name? Herbert. Did he get the bag?
Maybe he got paid this year. Herbert.
Yeah.
Mike, but here's the thing. I look at Herbert and look at the achievements they've had. See, he looks good now, though. He needed a better coaching situation or something. But, you know, some of these guys getting paid aren't doing a damn thing. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know how, you know, if you're going to go by what you get done to get paid.
I mean, I'd define him as a bust. I think Trevor Lawrence is a horrible quarterback.
I mean, well, you know what's so funny? He's not bad, but he's not his salary. So that's what it goes with quarterbacks. Quarterbacks get paid in a different category. Their pay level is way above the rest of the players in the league. So if anybody thinks Brock Purdy's going to get shortchanged and insulted, and this is what it would be, because the 49ers are playing better football than a lot of these quarterbacks and a lot of these teams. So you can't say, well, you can't have no money because you didn't win. You know, you got to go by his whole body of work. And in that case, Brock's got records already in the Hall of Fame. It's hilarious. He's got some other records, too.
Here's the perfect scenario for the 49ers, but your coach ain't a draft king like McVay. You know, McVay takes everybody to school when it comes to drafting. I mean, Kyle's record as a drafter is just,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, his record he drafted Jake Moody. I mean, Jake Booty, what the 49er fans call him. You know what I'm saying?
He is.
On the third round, you could have got an offensive lineman or something, or, you know what I'm saying? And then
get a kicker in the
CJ
56th round.
You know
It
what I'm
would have
saying?
been
Like,
just as
Kyle
good.
Shanahan needs to get a real GM, and he needs to settle his ass down. He's not a Sean McVay.
You don't like
and he
John
needs
Lynch?
help. He needs to delegate some of these responsibilities. He can't do it all. He's not that good. He's a good play caller, but he's not a good draft guy.
Yeah. Hey, does McVay have an assistant?
It's just him and Snead, man. McVay got that eagle eye. You know what I mean? Like, that's why he's Bill Wall Street incarnated, Sean the Genius McVay, Rams Nation. And that's why the Rams are just going to get more dangerous and dangerous, because every draft, it only gets better.
Well, that's how you're supposed to build a team in the first place, and you wouldn't be in the mess you were in the last 3 years if you wouldn't went out and got all the mercenaries and spent all the money. Talk about F them picks. See? But it
You know
worked.
what I'm saying? But hey,
So, I can't say
you know, Ronbo, I'm telling you right now, I'm calling out the Philadelphia Eagles. They're weak. They're wounded birds, and we could taste the blood. The Rams Nation is going to take them out. Who are we going to get at home? Is it the Bucs? They lost to the Cowboys. We're going to beat their ass, right?
Wait a minute. You already know where you're going to go if you win the division first?
We got the home field. We're going to have a home game. It's going to be
the
at
first game?
the Mecca.
You're going to host. Wait.
SoFi.
You're going to host the wild card in the first.
We get a home game.
Series?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Bucs lost. The Bucs lost yesterday,
right.
and then Tony Wrong's Falcons. I mean, they're just an embarrassment to football. You don't really want to see them in the playoff. So all we got is the Eagles and the wounded, toothless Lions. And Don Bird, player, we're coming for you. You better put up that Stafford jersey, and you better put up the Stafford statue in Ford Field. That's where it belongs. He's a legend. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
Detroit,
bring it on. NFC shook right now.
Listen, good luck to you on that. And you know I will be rooting for the opposing team. Well, I hope you guys do have home. You do have the home field advantage in the first shot. So when I look at the stands, I can think about you, marketing pro. As a marketing pro, are you up there anywhere? Because I don't see no blue anywhere.
You know, the Rams fans, you know, they be watching the game at the beach. You know, I mean, we got tons and tons and tons of fans all over the nation. You know, it's just a optical illusion. It doesn't look like that, but we get accused of.
I'm leaving. The dude kills me. Hey, Tony, ATL.
Ronbo, good evening.
Oh, I'm glad it works tonight, because you need to get in here and be able to rebuttal on Marketing Pro's madness. He just disrespected the Falcons. But you've seen him do that a million times, though. But Tony, get in here, man.
I don't pay that clown no mind. He's a juggling clown. His whatever he says has no relevance. It doesn't mean anything.
Oh God.
But we're in there. I could not believe Dallas won that game. Cooper Rush played pretty well. Didn't make many mistakes, and their field goal kicker bailed us out.
Tony, I'm glad you mentioned that. I know what you're talking about. But is he playing better football than Dak? I thought so.
Yes,
the
he
last
is.
week I thought he looked pretty good.
He's a better
But
quarterback
this
than
game,
Dak.
I said, damn, he's gotten better. And Dak has not.
Yeah. The defense got a
Whoa.
couple turnovers, too.
I tell you, it's going to be interesting to see what they do in cap. But they pay Dak too much money. He cannot sit down. So, but you know what?
Yeah, Ron, but we control our own destiny.
Tony.
We got to beat Washington this Sunday night. And then
that's
we
gonna
got to
be a
beat
game
Carolina,
there.
and then we're in. All we got to do is win our games. We're in.
You know, both, and the bad thing about it is both Carolina and Washington all of a sudden look formidable. I mean, Panthers almost won that game. Who was that they were playing? Was that
the Panthers when they played
the Eagles?
Tampa Bay a few weeks ago.
No, I'm talking. Oh, they beat them this game against the Eagles. Granted, Jalen was not completely out, but Jalen's usually not the reason why they lose or win anyway. Nowadays, it's all about Saquon.
Ronbo, check this out. I saw that game. Saquon Barkley had 109 yards in the first quarter. I thought he was going to have another 200-yard game. They stopped running him, Ronbo. They stopped running him.
And that quarterback they brought in to replace Jalen is not a reason to stop running Saquon. He was doing whatever he wanted to do.
And he did okay. Kenny Pickett, he did all right. But Saquon should have had
a 230 or 240 yard game. He should have. He had 109 in the first quarter.
I mean, honestly, he's on a 300-yard game. You know, I would have took out Eric Dickerson's record too, wouldn't it?
Yeah. 109 in the first quarter. He broke a 65-yard. He had 109. It was up by 14, 17 points. And then they stopped running them. And how many times we said it, Ronbo, talking about Super Bowls and championship play.
This is what I'm
running
talking
the
about.
ball.
You know? And also that's why I say people get all over Shanahan for the things that other people all over the league do. There's no escaping some of the things we see from coaching. I mean, why wouldn't you continue to run Saquon? I mean,
it ran the clock.
Same kind of crap.
It kept Washington with less offensive possessions, too.
And they weren't slowing Saquon down. Why don't you give him the ball?
No, they weren't.
God.
No, they weren't. I said, oh man, Saquon going to probably break Eric Dickerson's record. And who got the single game record?
It's Eric.
Whoever got the single game record, I can't think of who it is.
Oh, single game record.
He could have broke that too if he had 109 in one quarter.
Hey, that's a good question though. Who has a single game record? It probably done a long time ago by Detroit.
Corey Dillon. Jamal Lewis or Adrian Peterson, one of those two. I can't remember.
I always forget about
it. It might be Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, probably
297. Yeah, 297.
So you know, it's the coaching. Sometimes we get mad at Shanahan all the time. Every call we don't agree with, and decide he needs to be shipped out. Well, you know what? You bring another guy in, and he does the same thing or something similar. I'd like to get a room full of those coaches together. And what we'd like to ask all you gentlemen is this. We're watching the game. You've got pretty much the control of the game. Your running back's just he's running amok. Why would you all of a sudden shift to the passing game when that running back is doing such a good job? I'd love to hear what they'd say. But they'll make you feel foolish.
And you know what else they could have did?
What?
They could have kept running Saquon and then gave him a breather with the other back and let him get some carries.
And he was not bad, too. Oh, who's that backup back? He does a fair job, but nobody pays
attention. Ronbo was watching the game tonight. The first shutout of this season. Green Bay 34, New Orleans nothing. All you Ram insects that are in the chat, that's what y'all going to end up playing that first round. If y'all the 3 seed, Green Bay's the 6 seed, and Green Bay going to pick y'all apart. Green Bay's defense has been playing well the last 6 weeks, too, getting a lot of sacks.
And the thing about Green Bay, they love to travel in the first round. I mean, Dallas doesn't want to see him again.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know, it's so funny because actually Jordan Love is actually getting better. You know, he hasn't thrown a pick in a few weeks now.
Yep. And Josh Jacobs is third in the league in rushing behind Saquon and behind Derrick Henry.
And that's why Jordan doesn't need to throw the ball, and their coach finally figured it out. LaFleur should have known that in the first place. So he's because of Kyle Shanahan's tree. Let Jacobs tear teams up, and now Jordan can hit his favorite guys all day. Because now you got to count for Jacobs.
The passing game.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Ronbo, when you see the highlights, you can see Jacobs. They were like at the 20, at the 17. He runs off tackle to the right, breaks like he's getting ready to score. Straight arms Tyrone Matthew, knocks him out of bounds with a straight arm. It's lovely. You're going to see it.
And I love to watch vicious running backs go down the field. Nobody beats Derrick Henry, though. I mean, Derrick goes down the field. He actually grabs a man. He doesn't straight arm him. He grabs him, throws him to the dirt.
Mack truck, Ronbo. You got to make a business decision.
I mean, he embarrasses you if you're a defender. Grab him,
Ronbo,
runs
Merry Christmas to you and your family, and kudos to you for getting these insects in line. You got rid of somebody in the chat tonight. I was laughing. I forgot who it was.
That was the Rams are champs. I mean, he was the one who used. I said, man, bigotry and stuff like that will not be tolerated, and name calling is out. He came right back and did it again after I timed his ass out. Gave him a break. He comes back and does it again.
That's not surprising. They're idiots, Ronbo. They don't think
case.
straight. Ram fans.
God. So anyway, but yeah.
So Ronbo, I got a scenario for you. I know time is running out. I know I keep doing this to you. Chicago Bears going to up the ante. They'll give you their first round pick and defensive end Montez Sweat for Kyle Shanahan. What do you do?
First round.
What do you do?
And Chicago's not that well in the draft. who makes that decision? Because if it's John Lynch, he's not going to do that. This is the thing about Kyle.
Montez Sweat, you say you wanted somebody.
I like Montez Sweat on the other side of Nick Bosa. If I could find a way to get him without. Because here's the thing, Tony. If Kyle doesn't want to go, he ain't going. Kyle's in charge. Jed York won't say a word.
That's true, but I've been hearing. I'm starting to hear that the Bears want him. And Kyle Harry took some shots at y'all today.
Oh, he always does.
I forgot. Oh, he was talking about your offensive line. He said the team is getting old. You know Kyle Harry. You know how he is.
He's been on us for 2-3 years. Ever since Trey dated his daughter, he's been pissed off for the entire organization.
Exactly. Sometimes he'll leave y'all alone, and then he picks and chooses. Then he takes his little shots at y'all. He was taking them today. So what the rest of the league don't know, what I know and you know, you guys are not. What's that terminology? You're not rebuilding. You are reloading. The Niners are reloading.
Yeah, no, we're not getting rid of all that talent. I don't know why people even think that. What I do get a kick out of, though, with Cowherd, I want to see where he goes. Because, Tony, and you probably pay attention to kind of stat, too. Now, the 49ers have the third best offensive line for protection in the game. They're ranked 13th overall, but we've got number 3 offensive protection. Do you see anything resilient? Do you watch our games every now and then and notice how much protection Brock Purdy's getting?
Yeah, but y'all got some deficiencies you just got to fix. You just got to get a couple more good young players.
Yeah, because I'm trying to understand. I don't care. They could be number 1. All I know is what I see. All right, I see the ball snapped, and I see the defender in Purdy's lap. Usually they all do the same thing. They send a guy around the edge and both edges. It could be a cornerback, a safety, anybody. As soon as the front line gets detained, they rush around the sides, and it's the same play every week. We can't keep a running back.
Detroit versus everybody.
We can't send a running back or anything like that because they don't usually do well blocking either. And they come around there and they get Purdy, and now, of course, the breach up front. It's a formula now everybody uses against the 49ers, and it's very effective. So this thing about Purdy having plenty of pass protections, I'm sorry, I don't think so. So, yeah.
Hey, Ronbo, let me ask you this question. I didn't ask you this. And nobody in the chat said it. Y'all talking about drafting the linemen. You guys think about possibly trying to get a offensive lineman in free agency this coming off season?
I'm pretty sure that's the 49ers. We don't have time to draft a kid to see if he's okay or good enough. So they're going to try to I do think we got Trent Williams that way. And they might do it against Williams. Hasn't got Trent's on his last leg, literally. Yeah. So I can see that happening. The 49ers always do some kind of shocking deal. That might be it this year.
And to answer your question earlier, you were talking to another caller. I haven't heard anything about our center, Drew Dahlman, leaving or anything. Now, the only thing I've heard about Kirk Cousins possibly retiring because we're going to cut him anyway. I'm hearing big-time Kyle Pitts trades. Big time. I'm hearing it every day.
I'll take that. That was my draft crush that year. Pitts. Yeah.
I've been hearing it big time.
Okay.
Kyle Pitts.
Tony.
What did you think about Michael Penix from the clips you've seen? He looked good.
I thought so. He looked composed. There wasn't a lot of mistakes. I thought he looked pretty good.
Strong arm. He was pinpoint with the passing, accurate. He got a cannon.
I can't wait to see
in that workout.
He's Thursday. You guys are playing Thursday night, are you? Oh, I can't wait to see his next game. Actually,
Sunday night.
Sunday night. That's you guys in a big game. You guys had a lot of primetime games this year. Good. All right, Tony, we go roll.
Yes, sir.
As we're way over time, as we always seem to do.
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas, Tony, and I'll see you after Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you and your family. And there's more chaos in Jets camp, Ronbo, but we'll talk about that on Friday, I think, when I see you next Friday.
That's
more chaos. It's starting to steamroll now.
That's what I'm saying. Don't be bringing Aaron Rodgers over here. Oh, no. God, he brings that with
Aaron
him.
Rodgers. Garrett Wilson might want out, Ronbo. Wilson's very unhappy, the wide receiver.
Okay, but look who he brought Devontae over. That's all part of the Aaron Rodgers problem. Devontae was not going to be there if it wasn't for that. Anyway, I'll see you Friday. Friday? Yeah, that's after Christmas. All right, fam. Have a great night.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas to
Merry
you and your
Christmas,
family.
Tony.
There's 2 games on Christmas Day. Pittsburgh. I hope Pittsburgh beats Kansas City in Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
And Houston plays Baltimore. I think it's in Houston.
Ooh. Man, that couldn't have been scheduled any better. All right, Tony. Have a good night, fam. Merry Christmas.
Take care, sir.
You too. Thanks.
Merry Christmas to you, Ronbo, your production staff. Y'all the best in the business. And Merry Christmas to the Niner Empire and Rams. You Rams knuckleheads. You're back in the toilet bowl, like Ronbo said. Good night, sir.
Night, Tony. I mean, there's nothing worse than guys in the cheap seats yelling and screaming, and all of a sudden they get moved down to the front row, and they just can't. There's no humble in them anywhere. They got away this year, and now they won't shut the bleep up. I mean, have we ever acted like, well, we've been there, done that. There's no point in getting overly excited. We expect to be in that position, so we take it in stride. Yeah, I said it. Rams, boy, if you guys are taking it on the first round, don't come in here. Oh, don't come in here. You can take it on the first round. It will be hell. I will do a whole program. Whatever I'm talking about, I'll stop. And I'll join the chat beating up on your ass. So don't lose in the first round. I already told Rudy, anything less than a Super Bowl win, so just, the Santa Clara crowd. You guys can't win a Super Bowl. You'll never win one. Yeah, lose. Okay? And I'll be doing the next. Fam, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you immediately after. Holiday time. Oh, thanks for the contributions tonight, fam. Thank you. Thank you so much. Niners! Yeah.